Welcome, weary travelers, to another exciting episode of Arcanarama. I'm Cameron Holt, I'll be your Dungeon Master for the evening. I'm joined, as always, by the incredible Arcana crew. What's your favorite thing you ate this week, Arcana crew?
It was
Potatoes.
probably chicken.
Chicken? All the things you ate this week, chicken was your favorite?
Corn pudding.
Okay, that makes more sense, I guess.
Hash brown casserole.
Pie.
The second time.
Hash brown casserole is good. Yeah.
Mac and cheese for me. The mac and cheese was
We
good.
made so many.
I did make a
Oh,
lot
the
of
pies were all
pies.
so good.
I love pie.
Well, before we begin tonight's episode...
Put them in the chat what your favorite thing was.
Yeah, let us know.
We got a sign above that camera that says engage.
We've got a couple of announcements to get through before we begin tonight's episode, so I'm going to throw it over to Taylor to tell you a little bit about our sponsors.
What's up? It's the announcements. I have the sponsor section. Our first sponsor is The Gilded Rogue at thegildedrogue.com. They sell all kinds of D&D type merch, like pillows and shirts and other things that you can put on your body or around your body. And it's all things that you love, illustrated perfectly and printed onto things. You're going to love going there because we're there too. Our shop is also on the website. And when you buy things there, they plant a tree because who doesn't love a tree? And when I'm wearing clothes, I like to think that a tree exists because of the clothes that I have. So go to thegildedrogue.com and buy a forest of merch. Because why wouldn't you? Get in our About section and click on our sponsors, all of them.
It's the holiday season,
Doop-dee-doo.
so buy some merch for your friends. Now it's a parody, so it's okay.
I'm sure there'll be a discount for the holidays. I'm not sure. I can't speak for them. But what I can speak for, not entirely, is our other sponsor. More Fun Comics and Games, our local comic book shop that provides us with one half of our giveaways every week. That's 2 giveaways a week if you're a follower and you don't currently live in Quebec. And that's not our fault either. This week, you can win the Snowbound minis, or 4 or 5 of them, depending on what this box has in it. It's a mystery. Who fucking knows? You could, if you ask us to, if you win it. Or even if you don't win it, just tell us to open it. You could win this when Cam tells you how later. That's our other sponsor. Great place. Go to their website and stuff.
Should we maybe mention real quick, we do ship our giveaways anywhere that you are except Quebec, sorry. But if you are outside of the continental United States, it might just take us longer.
Yeah.
Especially during the holiday seasons because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get that together, we'll ship your stuff. We're not just going to keep it.
Yeah.
It just might take us time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got you notated. We're just hoping, that you'll keep winning things so we can pack more things into one box. And it's so easy. You just have to type in a word. Is that all I have? I think that's all I have. And just keep eyes and ears out for the Frontier thing. I'm gonna write copy for it someday. It's gonna be wonderful. But if you like playing the Oregon Trail, or if you like to listen to people play D&D that is similar to the Oregon Trail but in space, do I have a podcast for you in the future? It's called Frontier, and it's going to be us and also Miranda. The copy's not going to be like that either. I'm going to listen to all of them and just pick the best sentences.
Yeah. Can we get space dysentery? Is that an option?
Ooh. Absolutely. Yeah, there's going to be like foreign, like other,
That's
other
scary.
diseases.
Could be a big problem in space because you don't know if this planet has citrus.
Yeah. Is there vitamin C? There's maybe a planet just made of vitamin C. Who knows?
Or do you think there's space vitamin?
Yeah. It's just a compound, right?
Anyway,
I gotta be for a
follow
while.
us on social media. Subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. We are at Arcanarama and at Arcanarama Show across all social media. Even now on Hive, which is a fun new thing that I found and I like. So check out Hive because
They're
it's
working
cool.
on profile music.
Oh yeah, I think I tried to add one to our profile, but I don't know if it's there. But if it is, it's our theme song.
Ooh. Sorry, I read something.
We've got a special Christmas holiday one-shot on Saturday, December 17th, where we will be returning to Westeros. Check out the VOD of last year's Christmas adventure on YouTube so that you know what's going on. It's on YouTube. It's our holiday special. I think it's in its own playlist, actually. It's the only video in the playlist currently. Or it might be in there, actually, with the Halloween one. I'm not sure if I did that or not, but I should have.
That's how I feel after every sentence during the sponsorship. Probably should have.
Yeah. We'll be off for the holidays after the one-shot. That's December 24th, which is Christmas Eve, and December 31st, which is New Year's Eve. We will be returning on January 7th with episode 51, if everything goes according to plan for the next couple weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I think our last episode before we do the one-shot and then go to break is episode 50, which is exciting.
We're finalizing the charity stream soon, too, right?
Yeah, that's my next bullet point. Our 200-follower charity stream is also in December. I think I can announce now, officially, that it will be on... I mean, we cleared it with Kitty.
Yeah.
And we cleared it with Miranda.
Hopefully.
But now I'm realizing I didn't write the date down.
December 11th.
11th is what I was
Sunday,
going to say.
December 11th, we'll be having our art stream where we make the monster manual a sexy monster manual.
Yeah, and that's a Sunday. I think... Yeah, that's the Sunday after episode 50. So that'll be a big weekend. It's probably going to be a little bit earlier in the day for us. And will be a longer stream than normal, most likely, because we're going to be drawing. And we're going to take our time with that. And we'll be chatting, so that'll be a good time to pop in and donate some money to a good cause and say hello. And if you have any questions, we can answer them. Or if you just want to, look at sexy monsters, if that's your thing, you can do that too.
We'll have more details in the Discord and social media. Keep
Yeah. Fablefire Dice Giveaway is our second giveaway of the evening, a sponsor for which I can speak fully, wholeheartedly, because it's me. Yeah, tonight's dice giveaway is this beautiful blue set, the Eastern Sea dice from Fablefire. It's beautiful, it's blue, it could be yours for free.
You can have it.
Yeah,
For free. You don't have to pay shipping.
that's true.
We do
Get
that.
out of here.
I mean, if you wanted to, just hit us up, but otherwise.
But yeah, so the first giveaway, when we go to our break, I'll tell you how to enter for the More Fun Mystery Minis. We'll announce the winner when we come back and then tell you how to enter for the Fablefire dice. The only stipulation is that you've got to be a follower of us here on Twitch, and you can't live in Quebec because they have laws against winning giveaways and things. But other than that, it's fair game. So if you do that thing and type in the word that I tell you later, you'll be entered to win. I think that's all of our announcements for today.
Check.
Oh yeah, we've got to do a vibe check. I forgot about the vibe check.
Your vibes.
Check your vibes. You can check your vibes along with us in the chat by typing !vibe check, and the lovely Arcanarama bot will let you know how you did and what happens to you. Okay.
Okay.
11. Nice.
11. 3.
Nice.
311.
I got a 19.
Hey.
I got a 9.
Looky.
Well,
Which means I can't roll this die anymore
I was
today
gonna say,
because
don't spend it all in one place.
every single time I do a good vibe check with these dice, I try to use them and then they're just like, one, fuck you.
Yeah,
We got
this is the vibe check die.
We got a 14 as a channel.
Hey.
okay.
I've seen.
What else did everybody else get?
What else?
Let's see.
we
Alphabet
hope,
85. It's a good day. Your vibe check is a 12. 11-day-old kobold rolled an 11, or no, a 12 as well. Sheer Terror rolled a 14.
From all of us is wishing a speedy recovery to Roaststone.
Yes.
Hello, Roaststone.
Yeah.
Feel better soon. That's super. That blows.
Yeah.
Blows ass. I'm good.
Make sure you have tissues around. In case you, in case you blow
your ass.
waste.
I need to throw
Get
to
well
this previous
soon.
thing so I can blow my ass.
Can you go to another room for that?
Yeah, obviously.
Why are we
With
here?
all of that out of the way,
Now
let's
that's blown
continue.
away.
Let's continue our journey, blowing ass down the Eastern Sea. Down the Eastern Sea of Windfell in tonight's episode of Arcanarama.
Set the sails. I've got an ass to blow.
Previously on Arcanarama. The Mistwalkers spent some downtime in Port Dampier gathering some trinkets that definitely aren't haunted, then set out towards Darkpines on the Steelheart Ferry. They had a night of drink, dance and celebration aboard the party boat, then met their bunkmate, Rain Kellic, a Tabaxi druid that's been hired to help reimagine the architecture of the elven and human city, Darkpines. They also met me, Captain Tordek Steelheart, the Warforged captain of the Steelheart Ferry, with a penchant for adventure. In our travels, disaster struck in the form of a gargantuan bird known as a rock that began attacking the ship for nesting material. The bird stood no chance against the Mistwalkers, however, who managed to take down the creature and protect most of the passengers on board. The next day, the party had a close encounter with a ghost ship passing in the night, but much to Cholula's chagrin, decided against investigating. With one day of travel left before the arrival at Darkpines, what other dangers lie in wait for the Steelheart along the way? Has Yagra recovered the stolen goods from her former thieving companion? Will the Mistwalkers all survive to see Waterdeep again? Find out right now on Arcanarama.
Welcome back. We continue from right where we left off, as the Mistwalkers have one more day's travel on the eastern sea towards Darkpines. Could I have someone roll a d20 for today's travel?
I believe I did the last.
Did you?
Or maybe Sam did.
I don't remember.
I swear if we don't. I swear if you don't roll over a 10, I'm gonna lose it.
That is a natural 20.
Hey!
Boom, boom, boom.
A natural 20, as I feared.
Oh yeah.
No, your day is clear, and the skies, the clouds part, and the sun leads you towards your final destination. You guys have a full day of downtime. If there's anything that you would like to get through or work on, you may do so.
I'm gonna play with my tools a little bit more.
Yeah, learn some more leatherworking. What's your DC at currently?
14.
Nice. What have I had you rolling?
Dexterity?
Yeah, we'll cape on that.
Put a cape on it. Fuck.
Put a cape on it. Make a leather cape.
Put a cape on it.
That's gonna be an 8 for me.
8. Yep. No harm done, but no ground gained either.
Wow, it's deep. I'm gonna try to befriend my shadow. I don't know how this would look. I'm running out of ways to flavor training a shadow. I used to do like the mimicry thing, but I think now like trying to take over different parts of my body, I was just gonna wave it. But trying to like kind of like have him assume armor or something.
Oh yeah, get coding in different areas. Yeah, go for it.
Red. It's a 0. I don't know why I'm questioning it. It's a 0. I wouldn't get it even if it wasn't cocked.
You wouldn't?
Nope.
It is cocked though.
It is. Two tries. It has to be an 18. That's why it's rough. 11.
Sons of bitches.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, he even trying to get the shadow to like cover you in a certain area outside of just kind of like doing a wide spread of that pass without a trace.
He always leaves your titties out.
Always, every single time.
Bro,
Nipples
he just knows
showing.
what fucking fashion is.
A couple crew members walk by. I'm like, 2 perfect circles.
Smoking a pipe and just kind of like raise eyebrows. keep
They're
walking.
into it.
You can make an insight check to see if they're into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything? What is the? What do you
They're totally into it. One of them is. The other one, you get the sense that they're like, it's kind of a problem because these two look like they're kind of a couple. And one of them is clearly into it. And then the other one notices that they're into it. And they go off and you can bet that they're probably having an argument.
Home wreck.
It reforms into a bikini on you briefly before going back.
When you're making a concentration check on a spell,
It's a Constitution saving throw.
what can one do to improve their constitution?
You could
Sit in
Drinking
ice
water.
water?
drink alcohol.
Okay, so this final day, this
Or you
is
could,
a
like, eat
foolish choice.
Things. What do you do to build your immune
Drinking
system?
contest?
Yeah.
Cholula and I have drinking contests.
Licking doorknobs.
Okay.
Hang on, let me go ahead and set up my cycles.
Let me just say that I hope Alma comes up with other ways to also fill in these circles, or this character is taking an odd turn
I mean,
that I didn't anticipate.
Yeah, it's on. What else are you gonna do on a boat?
It's true.
Okay.
They don't have a water slide on this one, right?
No, but there
I
is
feel like you would
music-
have mentioned it.
There is music and dancing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's plenty of that.
We're doing a for this purpose, we're doing a drinking contest.
All right. Go ahead and make a Constitution check. Your starting DC. What is your Constitution at currently?
19?
Oh, you're trying to increase it further past that.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna have this DC start at 15.
Man, you're at 19 and you're trying to improve this?
It's very important that I don't lose my concentration.
For sure.
It means that your final roll will have to be a DC 25.
Well, that's a natural 20.
That's two successes.
What happened?
I don't know.
Why didn't I get one of those? I rolled one right after. I could have been done with the shadow
You didn't
thing.
ask for Cholula's head.
Alma, you're pretty certain. Like, you have a moment where you're like, did this even, like,
Did I even drink?
yeah, did I even drink? And, like, do I need to do this? Like, I feel like I'm probably pretty good. And then you stand up and you're kind of like, oh, still work to be done. Yeah, awesome. Very good.
Baby.
Just get off the tables.
Yeah.
You could go to a separate room.
Come here.
I think you've definitely had some dice come this way.
I think it's
I'll
one.
check here in a sec. Hey,
We'll
what's
find them in
going
the
on?
break.
I'm missing a white
Why are you
one.
hitting it?
Having a rough week? Bunch of people?
Ooh, lovely sounds for the viewers at home. Sorry about the cat rub on the microphone. We'll find the dice during the break, y'all.
Oh, I found him.
If there's anything else that you guys would like to get up to during your travels, you're more than welcome to do so.
I think I'm gonna try to roll a natural 20 on the next one.
I'd say since there's like, basically you've got 24 hours and you will arrive the next morning in Darkpines. So there would be time, because we usually do like a day section of downtime and a night section of downtime.
Right.
So if you guys wanted to try and work on a different thing or the same thing again, then we can do that as well.
Yeah, I'll try it in the evening.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as for daytime, it's clear sailing, a nice strong backwind, and the day's yours.
The day's
The day is ours.
I mean, the band only knows so many songs. Right, I mean, they're good. But, you know, it's a long trip.
No, yeah, and they like, instead of just, playing when people are down there and like ready to hang out, they just kind of go the whole time.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
when it's
yeah.
actually time for people to go hang out, they're taking a break. It's
right,
kind
yeah.
of a weird
No, it seems a bit off.
schedule.
Maybe they do covers? Do we know any songs that we...
Who are the
Do
famous
we know any
groups?
songs? At all?
There are famous songs sung in taverns and things, if you guys would like to make some up.
If we would like to do that. I'm not really like a songs person.
No, yeah, it just kind of... It's usually ambient for me. I
I
don't
don't
really...
really like music. I don't go fuck yourself.
I'm like too cool for music, actually. I'm more into chanting these days. You guys heard some good chanting lately?
Do you know any chants?
The band's all kind of like, the band who has not had a singer this whole time, all kind of look at each other, shake their heads, continue playing the hurdy-gurdy.
No one knows a chant on a boat? That seems a bit suspicious. I say we look into it.
Is this a farce? What's the word I need? A front?
Is this ferry a front?
Yeah.
Who knows? They could be smuggling
Is the
all
band
kinds of
the
shit.
front?
You guys haven't gone down to the cargo hold. You don't know what they're smuggling.
We don't need to do that. We'll get. I like Torek. I don't. Tordek?
Tordek.
I don't really want to be on his bad side.
Kind of like that deck that got torn by the bird.
Oh, our deck. That was last time.
Yes.
Very good. Where is Tordek? At the helm?
He's at the helm, yeah.
Okay.
Steering along the way.
I'm gonna see if he knows any, pubs or anything, any place to stay while we're in Darkpines, maybe. I don't know, something
okay.
to do.
Did we get? No, we got the information that we got about Darkpine from. Oh, he had a name. He sure did.
Rain Kelly.
Rain. You could try asking Tordek as well about what he knows about Darkpines currently. It sounds like something interesting could be going on there.
Okay. I will go by myself to talk to Tordek.
By yourself.
Oh, you want to come? Oh, yes, please.
If you want.
By all means. That would be easier and less awkward.
Okay.
Whose paper is this?
As you guys are making your way up the steps, kind of around the stage to the helm, you see Tordek standing there with the helm in hand, and there's this strange, like, his upper body and torso are like fully still, as he's just kind of like occasionally swaying, to keep everything on track with the rudder. But his hips alone are moving to the music, and his upper body does not seem to react. It seems like there's kind of like different gyroscopes in place within his body.
Oh, hello there,
Tordek. Very good.
Miss Walkers. Pleasure to make your acquaintance again. What can I do for you this fine day?
We were just wondering if you knew of the, let's say, climate of Darkpines as it is currently.
Are we talking political climate or are we talking weather?
Anything we should know?
Both would be good.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, politically, I don't know that much is going on now that's, strange or unnatural for the season. I have heard some rumors that, who's that damn mayor? No, it's the sheriff of town. What was their name?
Is it Lord Dane?
Binks. That's what it was. Tullerin Binks, the sheriff.
Tolerin Binks.
Yes, I've heard some tell that maybe Binks didn't come about his position of normal means, and maybe more so on the side of paid his way. But he seems to be keeping the peace all the while, so not many people have asked questions about it. Other than that, it's your typical hold run by a noble family. Weather-wise, my druids on board tell me that there's probably going to be some fog rolling in as we make port, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that and be about ourselves, but it shouldn't be too thick and soupy, just a bit of a light mist if it were.
Soupy.
Much more temperate than up north where we were coming from, though.
Oh, that's good.
Aye.
So you say he paid his way in? Nothing outside of that, though? Nothing outside of the norm?
That's all I've heard. I try not to have too many run-ins with the sheriff myself.
As you should. Shouldn't.
You're sure that's about the sheriff and not Lord Dane?
Right, well, I mean, a lord becomes a lord by paying their way to their position already. Wealth makes the man, as it were. But I hear, you know, there's just rumors. Tullerin Binks may have come about his money in a more unsavory way, but that's all I've heard of it.
Interesting. But no, I don't know, you haven't heard of any, like, cult activity or anything strange like that?
I've not since that little Silver Snake incursion a while back. We had to hunker down, bring some of the folks on board the ferry while we were moored up there.
But there was an incursion there?
Oh, a wee bit of one, but the sheriff and his men were able to hold him off pretty well. Just a small faction trying to take over. Didn't seem very well organized by my eyes.
That's good.
Any pubs of note? I imagine you're
Aye.
first.
The Hallowed Hammer's pretty good. Bartender there, Mordra Silveroon. Knows her stuff. Lots of good dwarven ales.
There's nothing I love more than walking into a place and saying someone's name. Could we mention you?
Sure.
What was the name?
Mordra
Silveroon.
Well, I best be knocking off for a rest.
Right, yes. Thank you for your for the information.
Of course.
It could be good. Sorry, once he goes.
Yeah. He kind of like waves a hand, and that same kind of small half-elven figure scurries over again and takes the helm and begins steering as you continue on your way. And he retires to the captain's cabin.
Let us get out of your way.
It might be useful for us once we get there to maybe talk with this sheriff about how they dealt with the stake and if he has any information about who was there.
Right. They must have had a run-in.
It seems like, I mean, maybe their presence in Windfell has been much smaller the entire time. I mean, smaller than in Mistinor and what we sort of were up against, or they were just less successful
Right.
as far as taking over towns.
Those two ships we saw in Mistinor, could I recognize one of those to be a stake ship?
It was.
There was an Altanan ship
Then another one.
and a pirate ship.
Yeah, it didn't show any specific heraldry of the silver stake.
Okay.
It was more of like
Unless
there was a
stake-
symbol on it. Hang on.
Yeah, I remember vaguely some kind of
Did one of them
something,
have
but-
like a feather situation?
I was just wondering to myself if the stake had a navy, you know? But
That would be impressive.
Well, one of the ships was an Altanan ship, which I guess the stake could have been using, but the pirate ship kind of knocked him into the water.
Yeah. I mean, Yagra did tell us that at least here, the stake is falling apart. But we already know that there's other factions like the Black Rain that could be a bigger problem here.
well, when something comes to power, something has to fill the vacuum, right?
Right. And then, of course, there's whatever is going on in Childrun.
Is vacuum a word that we would use?
I'm not
A
sure.
vacuum?
Maybe void. Maybe it would fill the
Void.
void.
Yeah, I feel like vacuum is a bit above my pay grade.
The flag that you saw of the ship that didn't sink was just a solid black flag with a red diamond at the center.
And none of us knew what that means.
You knew that was basically a sign for pirates,
I thought I might have rolled
not a specific
really well
faction.
to identify that, maybe.
I think it was to identify the Altanan
Maybe.
ship.
Anyway. Yeah, we can find out what we can. Always start at pubs, right? That's where most of the community, but to,
Right.
cross-reference that information with the sheriff would be good.
And I
You-
should, before they outlaw them, I guess, I should probably make sure to use a paper bird to let Pippin know that we're headed back towards Waterdeep and see if he's found Cherry or anyone else.
Right. Did you manage to get locations on your other family members?
I don't think so.
You haven't heard anything yet.
All I heard was that we were spread, far apart from each other.
Do I know if I can use my sending spell on people I haven't met? Did I meet Pippin? No, I was dead already.
Yep.
Weren't we all?
Do I know if I can use that spell on people that I didn't meet specifically, or...
Let's look at the rules of sending.
So, you do plan on seeing if you can sense this shard, if there is one there.
Right, Darkpines could
A
be a good
creature
place to try.
with which you are familiar. I would say you would have had to have at least met them once to be familiar with them.
That's fair. It's too bad I was dead. Did he tell you where
really
he was?
is too bad.
Did he tell you where he was heading? The
Yes,
last time you saw him?
Vassica. Said he was going to start there, if I'm not mistaken.
How far is that from?
Vasker?
Windfell.
That's past
A sea.
Mistinor.
Yeah, that is across the Vigil Sea, I believe. Let me actually look at my map, and you can look at it too if you're in our Discord in the Maps and Places
Maps
channel.
and places.
Let's see, world map. Yeah, across the Vigil Sea leads you to basically straight across from Strandwick would lead you to the ice plains of Isomer.
We
And
still
then,
have a bit of a peninsula in between us too, right? From Waterdeep, or we have a whole country between us and then.
so, I mean, currently, you guys are on Windfell coming down this channel, so you'd have to cut across the entire country and then this vast ocean, and then you'd reach a Rocky Mountain range. Unless you went south and headed into the Yellow
We could go
Plains.
east.
True, you could go the other way, yeah. And then you would have to trek across the dunes of Vassacre, which probably are even storied across the seas in Windfell of being an arid wasteland.
Right.
I'm not dressed for that.
Oh, but we could get new clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a bird is probably going to be your best bet, but it's going to take time. Probably.
I'll probably send one to him when we
Probably
make
best.
landfall, I suppose, to let him know that we're on.
It's probably best to send it at sea,
You
right?
think so? Well, I don't know.
In case Darkpines has either outlawed them, or if someone decides to follow it, they're not following
That's
it from.
true.
If they decide to follow that particular bird, it would be quite a trek of their own.
I'm just not sure.
Just days and nights. I'm gonna try to get ahead of it, and then I can sleep for like an hour.
Just not sure, what we may end up finding ourselves in Darkpines, and
Right.
I'd rather have a we're headed to Waterdeep sort of situation. But I guess I can at least let him know that we're in Windfell and we're headed that direction. He
Right.
may already be there.
Could be.
Right, so I don't know if we went over that. I found a brother.
Oh, I assumed we went over all of this at
good.
some point.
Yeah, I think we had like a and then you told Alma everything that's happened
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
moment.
Good.
If
Then
not,
all-
then
then
this
all-
boat
It's-
ride is a great time to do so.
You know, it's crazy. It's almost like I was there, but
Yeah.
I wasn't.
And then Alma watched the YouTube.
Yeah,
She
sure did.
Got all caught
every
up.
episode.
Did we? The only thing
And the
that I'm-
one-shots.
I had no idea what was going on there.
The only thing that I'm not 100% clear on is, so your family was scattered mostly by stake activity, correct? By the hag?
Yes.
Was wasn't it the handler or whatever his name was? It was the grip, or he had a cool name.
Ellen,
The collar.
the
yeah.
caller,
Who are you?
who was Wellington.
also sleeping in this room.
Oh, Pippin. We were just talking.
My name is Rain.
Oh,
I'm going to bed.
Rain is also here.
And I know exactly what you're talking about.
My other brother Wellington, he was, I guess, had a love interest that was attending these rallies for the stake, and he joined and had a whole falling out with my family, and then something happened with the hag where they were tricked and he was forced to be a part of maybe he made a deal with the hag to keep her from killing everybody in the family, and then they ended up getting spread out everywhere, and he was turned into some sort of monster, and a lot of fun stuff.
families. Am I right? Oh, get a drink.
So crazy.
Right in front of my screen.
Yeah.
Or no.
Well, at the very least, it sounds like most of that has already been dealt with, and your brothers are currently gathering up the remaining members of your family.
Yeah, so it's just sort of a plan we'll reunite in Waterdeep, check up on everyone. Because I imagine that, like me, they assumed that everyone else was killed.
Right. Well, and some of them were very small, so they may not necessarily have remembered. How many are remaining?
I don't remember. Cherry for sure. I think it was only younger ones.
Hang on, I've got the list. I believe. I mean, I know I have it. I think it is where I think it is.
Because I feel like the siblings who were old enough to like fight back.
All right.
Were probably.
The remaining Duvet family is as follows: Finny, Cherry, Cholula, Pippin, Franklin, Mayo, and Wellington. There are 7 of you left.
Finn, Cherry.
Just pull out the pen on like the 5th name.
Yes.
If you want to just do that again.
Finny, Cherry, yourself, Wellington and Pippin, Franklin and Mayo.
Okay.
How could you forget Mayo?
Mayo boy.
So there could be a chance, no matter how small, that at least one of those family members is in Windfell if we wanted to try and use our resources to look around.
They could, yes. I suppose I could go ahead and let Pippin know that we're in Windfell and see if I get a response about where he's at and who he's already gathered and whatnot. Because he should know if anyone else is here.
Right.
But I was here for so long. I don't know. I really only was around
Well, but you
Waterdeep,
didn't
so
know that anybody was alive.
That's true. And I didn't really travel outside of Waterdeep, so anybody could just be, across the forest, and I wouldn't be none the wiser.
Right, and we have resources here. There's Mert, who's pretty well connected. There's Vajra. She's busy, but I don't know, she might spend a spell on us.
On that subject, if we remember, I was tasked with finding a particular weapon that the Black Rain, I think, had possession of, or wanted possession of. I think wanted possession. I don't know if anyone has it.
A weapon?
Yes.
Do you think a
it was-
weapon could be a shard?
It was my thinking the other day.
I theorize that any powerful artifact
Right.
of any kind could be.
We had already determined that we were going to treat Waterdeep as a definite suspect in shard having.
We also, in the next, 3 years, need to make our way to the other forest and look for that mirror.
Right, yes. A mirror in the forest for a absolutely intolerable king. It's a deal.
Right.
It's a deal only an elf would put you on.
I
Honestly,
think we'll have time.
Yeah, I'm sure we might, unless it's broken and we can't.
Do you remember the name of the weapon?
No, I don't think. I think it was just a.
You never
weapon.
had a name.
But
It's
there's
actually,
a weapon that
I
the
think it was-
Black
it was
Rain...
it was actually a weapon from a prophecy.
A weapon of prophecy. That is right. I do have that. I think because it was so vague, I was sent to ascertain more information, and I don't think I garnered any more than I could have. And then I got married and had a child.
So this was requested a long time ago.
It has, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's possible that they have it.
We could check with Mert, as was mentioned,
Right.
and Mert might have put another agent on it in my absence, or something of that nature. Would love to be in the realms of the Harpers again. That would
Is
be
it
nice.
Rain? R-E-I...
No, it's Rain, R-A-I-N.
Oh, like the weather.
Maybe 2 N's.
Yeah, he's a tabaxi.
No, Black Rain.
Oh, the Order of the Black Rain? That's also rain, like from the sky.
Okay, I'll stop erasing what I was erasing.
Just want to see somebody crumple up an iPad.
Have I ever heard of any
Fingers
sort of
bleeding.
like weapon of prophecy?
Make a history check with disadvantage.
I figured that's fair.
I think I had already asked by the time. I was like, I didn't get any clue as to where that was.
Well, that's an 8. There's lots of weapons of prophecy.
I mean, yeah. It depends on what prophecy, and from the sounds of it, this is something that Sylas has been chasing since before you were born, so
I think your grandfather was on the hunt for it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it's probably no good then. It's probably a bad thing.
No, I think we found that he wasn't really as bad as everyone put him out to be.
I mean, he was a crime lord. That is true.
Right.
Right?
But
That's a fact, isn't it?
No.
Wasn't most of our family business organized crime? I feel like that was true.
feelings.
I don't.
I feel
think
like that
so.
was true has been the last 10 years on the internet.
So just to fill you guys in, so Sylas was on the trail of the Order of the Black Rain. With the Harpers, it was theorized that the Order of the Black Rain was seeking a weapon of prophecy, and it was your mission to determine what that weapon was and what the prophecy was. But you didn't. You essentially were trying to infiltrate the Bramble family because there was some suspicion that Harvin Bramble was involved with the Order of the Black Rain. But after infiltrating, you found that it wasn't Harvin that was involved with the Black Rain. It was his assistant, Neela Vane. But she disappeared when you all did.
I remember the disappearance. I don't remember the name. I wrote down so much when you went over that backstory.
Yeah, that was a big info dump day.
Yeah. You sent me a doc too, please. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll double back into that.
Yeah, there are some things I need to edit out from what I have written, but I'll send you a copy of what all you know.
I'll re-up on
Because there's reminders for me in your
it would
backstory
be nice
too.
to have that before Waterdeep, so I'm not
for sure.
stumbling over plot.
So maybe our best start when we get back to Waterdeep is looking for that weapon.
Of course.
If grandfather had it, it might be somewhere on the estate still.
Harvin Bramble, by the way, made his money from silver mines.
So crime. That's a crime.
He ran off to a silver mine, right? In his absence.
Yeah, he fled to Strandwick, and that's where he died.
But if he didn't, then maybe tracking down who does have it. More likely than not, if the Black Rain was looking for it, it's got to be somewhere in Waterdeep.
Right.
So it could be a good start.
We
So yeah,
should.
I can get in contact with Met pretty easily. Just kind of finding a hop on the street, requesting, I guess, some kind of an audience. I've done that before, and he's outright ignored me. So
Make a history check. If you'd like to remove that cat, or just use the table near your dice tray.
if this screws me over, it's your fault. 2 plus something.
Good.
She's a sleepy
4.
little baby.
4.
Yeah, hey, my dice pit is very important to me.
Yeah, you'll probably have to find somebody on the street.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of remember where one of his headquarters was, but he does move it. That's something I have read in the lore of this particular person.
Maybe Grum.
IRL.
Maybe Grum is still around.
Oh, I'm sure.
He always offers a drink.
He's really bad at being incognito. It's like less than one as being one of the street contacts. He's around, which is creepy, but he's very noticeable.
There was a detective.
Right. Edgeplane, yes.
She could also be very helpful.
She could be.
Also a Harper.
Yeah. Strapping, even. I didn't say that. A drink. I said something about a drink a long time ago.
We've been drinking a little bit
Oh.
already.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Unless I can try again.
I'll do another one.
We've got a nighttime roll.
Well, I wouldn't mind a drink if it means talking to my shadow.
So, Alma, you make a Constitution check. Your DC has gone up to 16. Cholula, you make a Constitution saving throw because you're just participating for fun.
Do I save a throw? Baby cat, you
no, because you
doubled
haven't.
down.
To my knowledge, you haven't been drinking all day like they have.
Okay.
So yeah, you're fine. Silas can handle a bit of liquor.
I'll be getting the drinks.
What is the most I can get on a D8? I'm gonna use my favored by the gods.
I got an 8.
Every time you create a character, you have
8?
to have like luck, favored, store.
You're not like stumbling drunk, but Cholula, you are well aware of when you are deep in your cups and you've reached that point. You can still do a downtime activity this evening if you would like, but you will be rolling with disadvantage
Okay.
because you're drunk.
12. I did the math. So I could have gotten +8 on my favored by the gods because it's 2d4. But instead I rolled 2 1s.
Different.
Yeah.
Gods are not with me.
Well, it looks like you've achieved your goals. I'm going to find a candle and.
I don't feel necessarily like I achieved my goals.
Well, just remember there's a raging ocean just outside. Yeah, okay. I'm going to grab a candle and work on some things. You're going to be good, right? If
We're gonna learn how to do leatherworking, Sylas. Get out of my face about it.
Okay. Okay. Leatherworking.
Has the ship always been this smoothie?
It has not.
I think
It's been
so.
the same since. I'm going to find a crew member if I can that's a little bit free hands.
I'm gonna work on
Like
my
a-
seed.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I help you with something?
Is this a small person?
Yes, you approach a what appears to be a goblin.
Oh, good. Yeah, hi.
Maybe about 3 feet tall, about the size of this little skelly guy
Yeah.
over here,
well,
the climbing one.
I gotta get him a tiny shirt.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I should have grabbed tiny pants today.
Grab tiny pants. today. We saw tiny pants, baby pants
They
even.
were so small.
she's got dark green skin with a little bit of like fur kind of around the ears that are very large and sticking out, and yeah, just like a very dainty face, some crooked yellowish teeth.
Hi. If it doesn't bother you or maybe puts you out of Tordek's favor, you can maybe ask permission. Could you just watch those two? You know? One of them's probably going to practice leatherwork at the table.
Yes, I can keep an eye on these and make sure no one cuts themselves or hurts themselves, yes.
Okay, would you like for me to pay you for your time?
I already get paid for being on the ship.
And this
Falls into the line of a deckhand. Yes, we have a bar on board,
right.
so I'm kind of like a bouncer.
Oh, that's nice. That's very good.
If they get too rowdy, I will kick them overboard.
I really thought you were just concerned with the ship and not the people on it. That's comforting.
We'll have lots of jobs on board.
But let me know if you need anything. I'm Sylas.
Ah, nice to meet you. I'm Wisposh.
Okay.
What is it? Wisposh.
Wishbosh.
Wisposh.
Wishbosh.
It is spelled Juicebox. Wisposh.
I'll write it down when I get near paper. Thank you very much. Wishbosh.
Close enough.
And that's Cholula in the red,
Okay,
and the platinum glowing one is Alma.
sure.
You should introduce yourself now.
All right.
Okay. And I'll just stand back and watch this interaction real quick.
She skitters over to the two of you in your current state.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Wisposh.
Can you show me how to get my sea legs?
Sure. Have you tried whiskey yet?
Not yet.
No.
Yes, you have. You look like the you have. whiskey. We've had the whiskey.
Oh, that is the best way to start.
Is that what we've been drinking?
Not all the only thing, but it's good.
Oh, you've been mixing things.
That's I hear that's
Nice.
the best way to do this. Is to just mix
I was just gonna like
all of
self-congratulate, just like slide off the top deck.
And Wishboj accompanies you for the remainder of the evening that you'd like to spend above deck. Just chatting.
Okay.
It's very grating.
Want to play with my tools?
Is it?
it. No, it's not.
You want to play it out? I'm gonna kind of tone down the practice a bit. I think I went for like shadow armor. I think I'm gonna like stop going for like. Yeah, I'm just gonna like tone it down and just have like a candle in our bunk and just try to try some more dexterous things.
Yeah. You're on 18, so you've got 2 rolls left, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You said you're So, I'm sorry, you said you're trying out.
I'm gonna try more like subtle, like hand-driven things.
Yeah, make a dexterity check. Or you can choose sleight of hand if you'd like.
I think I'll go with sleight of hand because
Great.
I think what I'm imagining the end result of all of this is going to be.
Time will tell.
Time will tell, won't it? It's like 2 pages back. Please. Natural 18
Hey!
plus a sleight of hand 7.
Fuck yeah,
Nice.
dude. That's a success. Got 1 success left. Your DC goes up to 19.
But yeah, you know those
And
little
then-
fuzzy things at Walmart? They go like they had commercials where they like slid between your fingers and stuff.
Oh, worms on a string.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. I'm just trying to like just move the shadow, like concentrate it and move it around.
Yeah, you do so.
Okay, that's a lot better.
And it's strange. There's almost density to it. Like you can almost feel like just a subtle kind of staticky vibration almost between your fingers as it moves.
I think it's enough for now.
I play with my tools.
Yeah, go ahead and make a dexterity
Imagine you're
check.
out on the deck, just like at your table.
Yeah,
Just taking all my stuff out.
I've seen people do weirder things at bars.
Sure have.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check with disadvantage.
That's 2 fucking 18s.
Every time.
Yo,
Every time she rolls with advantage or disadvantage, it's the same number.
23 is the total on that.
hell yeah, I think that's a success. What does that put your DC up to now?
15.
15, not bad.
Yo.
All right, you all work on your various accomplishments into the night until
Betty bye.
until eventually finding your sleep in your bunks. As you do, could I have everyone but Sam please exit the room?
What did I do?
Oh,
You're going to sleep.
Here.
That's what you get for being a bramble.
Have fun, baby.
We still have to give away.
But not too much fun.
Yeah.
Let's get some appropriate sounds. Alma, you find yourself awakening once again within a bright space of luminous and colorful stained glass. In the distance, you can make out the familiar shape of a wire frame that isn't filled with glass. In this strange, I wish I had another word for glass because I've said it so many times, but in this strange world of glass. Empty stalks of twisted lead and zinc are mangled on the horizon. What would you like to do?
There's no other figures here.
Make a perception check.
Uh, 12.
12. You see a faint, kind of golden glimmer in that direction.
I will head towards the golden glimmer.
All right. Once again, the moment you go to take a step, the world shifts around you and moves you almost instantaneously to your destination. But there's that strange moment of, as your foot moves forward, you feel the world just kind of move past you very quickly. And you find yourself at the base of the jagged metal wires. You recognize the form of Bodan, your guide through the afterlife yet again.
Thank you for your help the other day. Probably it would have been a mess otherwise. Is there something I am supposed to know?
Bodan turns and grabs one of the lead wires and wrenches it free, about an inch thick and maybe 5 feet long. and the entire collection of lead and zinc kind of shivers and curls at his touch. And as it does, the dark lead in his hands bleeds to this similar crystalline opalescence to the gem. You can see it's pointed at both ends. He turns and offers it to you.
Is it heavy?
It's not heavy, actually. It's surprisingly light. And as you take it, the moment that your hand makes contact, you understand this to be another minuscule fragment of the Covetous King himself. An object of immense power meant to be used as a component in a ritual to potentially destroy another fragment of power. It is, at the same time, another beacon of hope and another promise of danger. And as our friends rejoin us in the room yet again, I will send you what this is. Come back, adventurers, come back!
Join us!
That's okay.
Okay.
You found cake?
Yeah, my sister made a coconut cake.
Oh,
Yo!
We'll have to get someone to break it. It's so good.
hell yeah. Boom. You all awaken the next morning feeling rested and some of you a little hungover probably.
Good morning, everyone. Who is ready for push-ups?
And before you can conceal it this time, it is more noticeable. You all notice kind of clutched in Alma's arms is this long opalescent staff that she didn't have the night before. It's very
what's-
sharp, comes to a point at both ends.
What's that?
Where did you get your thing?
Did you get a dream gift
I got a
again?
dream gift again. This is supposed to help us destroy the shards once we find them.
So do we destroy all of them?
That would probably be bad. If they're the ones that were supposed to be. If they would throw the balance off.
Would it be balanced if they were all gone?
Well, that's not.
We have to pick the ones to destroy, right? You'd said something about we can't destroy all of the preservation ones because that would throw the others off balance, right?
Right. I don't know necessarily what would happen if all of those shards were to suddenly be gone.
I mean, it would probably be weird for a minute if we would, we have to gather all of them. It could take some time, but
Yeah, you couldn't do it all at once, right? If we had to gather them, that'd be wild because these are powerful objects. And if we killed them one at a time, destroyed them one at a time, then you would be knocking things out of balance, as you've put it.
But only until you find the next one.
But even then, if the next one is another preservation, then it seems.
Right.
You were sent out into the field to find out what these things were by who?
Well, so the task was
I'm so sorry.
That was loud.
I was fiddling with this thing and it slipped out of my hand and scared everyone. Not me, though. I'm fine.
The task was officially given to me by Bodan, my diva, but more than that, it was given to me by the Covetous King, the god.
Mm-hmm.
And the Black Staff had what to do with these orders?
Oh, I just went to the Black Staff for help.
And the Black Staff said, "Oh, cool."
The Black Staff mostly said, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of time and I don't really have it, so I don't know, can I get you in contact with somebody? And then she kind of just sent me over to where you were.
Have we not learned about taking orders from things in our dreams?
So this was an order from something while I was dead, and it's less of an order and more of like a, if you are willing, we can help you with this, but otherwise we can't really make you do anything.
They give us stuff, so
That's my point exactly. Look.
it's cool.
Right, so you'll remember we went over this like a couple days ago, so I was dead for a while.
You really don't have to do that. extremely insulting, right? How was death for
I'm
you?
the one who
again?
was dead.
You were dead, but
Right.
you met a buff, handsome man that carries people across water?
Sometimes he does that if I ask politely, but that's not all he
You
does.
have a handsome servant after you died. I wept for you.
I'm sorry about that.
So don't rub it in my face that you died. Oh, remember when I died? That sounds like me talking to an elf. Do not do that.
I think you're really missing the bigger point here.
The bigger point is you're receiving instructions from deities, and we're supposed to just go along with it?
More accurately, they told me about something that was occurring on this plane. And I said, great, I would love to help with that. And then we started trying to help with that.
Right.
And we found out that we have no idea what we're doing. So then I followed up and I said, hey, would you mind, helping me figure out what any of that means that you mentioned a while back? And so then they gave me an item to locate those objects.
That's cool. But did they tell you why?
Because currently, all of these lost deities, the Bilious.
Down, Bilious.
The not pathogens, primordials are
But do we know that to be true? Is what I'm getting at. I remember what you told me and why, like the shards and everything,
Right.
things being in and out of balance and the 3 types, but do we trust?
The gods?
Yes. Have you met them? I haven't.
No.
But people who have don't usually have a great time with it.
Really?
Yes. It's kind of a tale as old as all time.
So far, my things seem okay.
I'm going to continue helping you with this, but I think we should continue questioning their motives as well. They're not all good. I think we've learned that.
Right.
Just because you're alive, which I am more than thankful for.
Right. I mean, that wasn't specifically like
Why
the
you
covetous king. That was more like a half-naked lady in the woods. But like,
with a deer
Like
head
the
on?
mask?
Yeah.
no, unrelated. Sometimes people are just mostly
That was like
naked.
3/4 naked.
Wouldn't it be wild if they could do things like that and we would just
You were just making fun of them the
Yeah.
whole time. That'd be-
Usually if somebody can bring you back the way that lady brought me back, they can also kill you just as fast. So if they can.
Forgive me.
so what if we're helping
Hearing.
the wrong side again?
Oh, Rain, hi!
Yes, good morning. Did I hear you speak of the Wildkin?
You
is that
probably,
the
I don't
naked
know.
people with
What
the
kind of-
wooden animal masks? in the forest?
Nude humanoids in
Yeah.
the woods.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, there is tell of a deer, a fox,
Horse.
a horse, and one more that escapes me.
The horse's tail? It's not his tail.
It's not? Are you certain?
I am so certain.
Oh. Oh,
All day.
interesting.
All day.
And now you have to know too.
I have to tell everyone.
Right. That is distressing.
You know, I don't mind it, do your thing, but all day
Seems
seems tiresome.
Seems bad for you.
Seems bad in the woods, Had a lot of disinfectants.
Anyway, you seem to know something about
Right,
these
yeah,
people.
sorry. Of all the things we mentioned while you were awake, that's the thing that struck out to you. I'd like to know why.
Well, I was trying not to be nosy, but when you spoke of something that I had heard, I thought I should remind all of you that I am present.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yes, no, there are stories of the Wildkin that say that they were tired of society and ventured into the woods to make themselves one with nature. And many say that they have succeeded, that they are regarded almost as spirits of the forest at this point. They have become nature themselves.
They did move rather well through the forest, but they didn't look it.
you should count yourselves very lucky. Many do not catch glimpses of the wild kin.
Lucky?
Yes,
You put it as lucky.
Some would
I
call
told
that.
you about the horse tail thing, right?
There are some in my tribe who would consider it a religious experience.
It very much was that.
And are you certain, again, that this tail was not growing from...
I rolled. No, I'm not going to do that. Yes. It was the only thing I was certain of when I saw
Is it possible that we saw some people imitating these wild kin?
Maybe. That would be...
That is more likely.
Oh boy. Okay, good. That feels worse and better.
The heads, were they...
Wooden.
Ah, yes, probably imitators.
Taters.
Yes, the legend tells that the wild can actually bear the heads of these animals.
Okay.
They're
That
not
makes sense.
merely pretending.
Yeah, the way
Because
we
if you
both
were like
speaking
tired
about
of
it, yeah.
society and you wanted to become one with nature, you would probably want to embrace your own nature and not try to take the nature of something else.
Right. Again. Like,
Right.
do
Well,
your
I'm
thing.
sorry to have interrupted. I've got my things together. I'm going to head up on deck and see if I can't watch us more. More with the 2 R's. Two
Yeah,
R's.
okay, yes, very good. Yeah, sorry
Make
about
port.
the
It's less confusing to say.
sorry about the
Adieu.
yeah.
He hops down
I
and
really
exits
have
the
to
room.
Start checking around before we get into another one of our spats. We were saying you yeah, no, you God, the horsetail thing is stuck in my head. You're brought back to life by something I don't trust, but I will continue helping you because you're my daughter.
Right. I understand why you don't trust it. It's worth noting as well that this is I don't fucking trust you. Cat. It's not so much that something is coming to me in my dream. It's almost more like I'm no longer on this plane when it occurs. It's like I'm somewhere else for a little bit.
Do you get any
it's-
rest? Seems like a lot.
Yeah,
Should we your form is here.
Cool.
right.
Baby.
It's sort of like projecting. It sounds like woo-woo magic.
No,
but
trust me, I understand. Trust me.
do I?
Baby.
I feel like I trust
Nothing has changed in her day.
what
just
I know.
wanna throw
She's
this out
just
there.
on
She's
one
just-
right
yeah.
now.
Fed. She eats the other cat's food. She's fine.
Do I trust what I've been told within the, I'll call it like the realm of the Covetous King?
You can make an insight check.
I mean not to shake your faith or anything. I just I don't know. It was kind of an epiphany, thinking.
That's a natural one.
You know, you're not sure. You were never led astray by Bodan during your time of death, when you were traveling through, you know, the different areas that he guided you to and kind of severed the things that were latching onto you in life. One of those things being himself. But, you know, Sylas is making some good points.
I'm not meaning to shake your faith in anything. I'm just saying I've been
No, wait, I think you're onto something.
through this. I'm just saying when you go the next time, you know, maybe ask questions, maybe like things that are a bit more, you know, get it for sure. Because I've been there. I can say that.
The problem is, as much as I'd like to find more information here on our plane,
Right.
I don't even know where to begin. Because, right, so you can go to one of the temples, but you're still going to get kind of the I'm not a god, but I'd really like to speak for them opinion
Right.
of people, and that doesn't necessarily always match.
No, yeah.
Or you get people who are like primordials. I'm not.
Right. Almost like how a religious experience is the individual and shouldn't be pressed onto anyone else. Or
Right,
should be
exactly,
Used as kind of a
like-
coin.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even to call me necessarily a worshipper of the Covetous King is a little It's more like, I don't know.
Well, how many worshippers get a staff when they go to sleep?
Right, it's pretty cool.
It's kind of cool.
But it's more like, right now it is efficient to help each other, and so this is working, but I don't necessarily know the teachings, really. If you were to quiz me, I couldn't tell you.
I wouldn't. Just know that I'm skeptical, and I will continue to help you, but I will keep this lens on.
Right. At least for now, the thing that we at least have an inkling towards is we knew that the silver stake was a problem. And then their big magic tree stopped being a magic tree, and now they're disintegrating.
They made a magic tree gone on purpose.
Hey, did you get a good night's rest? Do you need some water? Maybe a tea?
Maybe some vodka and tomato
No,
juice.
I don't know if that's a good idea. You almost said a sentence there. What was it?
Clearly.
No.
I said they made big tree go bye-bye on purpose. Silver stake bad, tree gone. We good.
Right, I will acquire a breakfast. No, I will get some breakfast. You need food.
My face is leaking.
That's the water you need. You are so, you don't need to be losing any more water. I will find you some shortly. I go topside and see if I can scrounge up some food, maybe one hair of the dog.
The two of you stay down below deck.
Did you want anything before
I think I'm good for now. I can probably wait until we make land.
That was a great sentence. I believe you.
Good structure.
So what I was saying is that
I'm so sorry.
Try again. You know what? He was really intense. That's hard to talk in front of. I understand.
right? So the silver
Silver
stake
stake bad tree go bye-bye. We could. I understand.
the tree's gone and it was their fault and we don't like them, so we should probably restore the balance that they disrupted, right?
Right, my better point was we know that they were nefarious and involved with the tree for some reason. What happened? What happened to you?
How am I doing in getting food?
Yeah, there's quite a spread.
All right, I'm just going to take like one of everything. I know Cholula would love that.
Sylas, as you are gathering food and water on the
Sorry.
deck. After days at sea, the coastline once again comes into view. You can see dire-sized pine trees that dominate the horizon, towering maybe 30 stories high.
Well, that's why they call it that.
You can begin to make out strange growths on the thick trunks of the trees, speckled with glinting lights as you get closer. And then it hits you. Those are windows on the trees.
Ooh.
The trees seem to have had their growth influenced by natural magics to create livable spaces within them. But the trees are very much still alive.
Yeah, yes, just all of that. Not all of it, just a small scoop of everything. Should...
We can put a little more.
No, yeah.
Oh, does she have like little gloves?
She's got little gloves and a little apron. Even a little, like, it's not quite a chef hat. It's more just like a white beret.
Just one plate with a little bit of everything on it, and one with just,
How about a pitcher of water for your room?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Perfect. Okay, here you go. Here's your food.
How long until we make more?
Oh, probably 10 minutes.
Oh, right. We'll get to eating this. I'll return the plate then.
What?
The plate, I'll return it.
Oh, you can leave it there. We will clean up the rooms.
Oh, thank you so much again.
Enjoy! Begins pulling a ladle through, like just a vat of beans.
Ooh, beans.
So do we make it any further?
made
It's one of everything, and then something we could split, I think. And there's a pitcher of water because I thought that'd be funny.
We're
They
going
are,
over-
but
There are glasses as well.
Yeah.
Right now, the best
Oh, so I
evidence
should-
that we have is that we know that something nefarious revolved around one of these much larger shards.
Yeah.
And we might have evidence that the same thing is happening in Chill Run. That would at least give us a starting point
Right.
towards the truth.
And a weapon of prophecy sounds a bit more like destruction for sure. Or preservation,
Right.
I guess, based on like is it what it's doing in, you know what I mean? If it was a weapon of prophecy, is that destruction, or is that because it is a weapon, it can restore balance of some sort?
Well,
you know
I
what I mean?
think-
Can it?
I think we're looking at that in two. I'm going to use human in the way to mean that we are all of humanoid mind. It's too human of a perspective, right? So destruction can be good or
Exactly.
bad. It's not necessarily. It's more that sometimes these items end up in the hands of people who are easily influenced in the direction that is negative towards the greater good. Not to put labels on things, but right, so a weapon of prophecy could be destruction in the bad way. It could be used to mow down hundreds of people, or it could be used to defend your home.
Right. Now,
It depends on whose hands it lands in.
I think that's what I was getting at.
Now-
Is their definition so easily ascertained, or is it what it ultimately causes, right? If you destroy everything, that could be renewal, right?
Now, the other option is that maybe we don't destroy these items and instead we take on the mission of constantly trying to keep the balance from the people who are getting their hands on them, but that seems like a big lifelong task.
I'd say, again, still going in line with the plan that we already have ahead of us.
Right.
You're fine, right? You're eating.
I'm fine.
It's all good.
We don't think that this weapon is a weapon of prophecy that you were looking
No,
for.
I was just adding that to the conversation as like at least a known example that has a name.
Right, yeah, this one is like new,
Right.
like
fresh.
as I understand it, it's like a piece of the Covetous King that was ripped out, which seems right. Okay, here is where I'm
Which
a little.
piece?
Oh, we're making. We're making port in about
Shut
10.
up.
Just. I brought you food. I brought
I
you
know,
all
I'm
of the
sorry, I'm being spicy.
food. We're making port in 10. I think it'd be a good idea to set out that location
Right.
thing, and then I think a part of the
God.
plan would be to bring to the Black Staff what we would think to be a shard to get their attention, right?
Right.
Because they seem busy and they don't seem this is worth it or whatever. They're busy with other things, but if we confront them with one of these pieces, maybe they'll take it a bit more seriously.
Right. While we're on the subject, as we make our way into port, I do want to present just like a discussion piece to the board if we're talking about whether or not the things that we are doing are good or bad or neutral. The problem currently at hand is that thousands of years ago, the primordials were shattered into millions of pieces, which left shards which may upset the balance of the world, right? And we established that as a problem. I am currently holding in my hands 2 shards of a current living god.
Was that not
Is that like a problem, do you think, long term?
Is that not my point when I awoke this morning? Was you're being handed things by a god who's saying, "Go do stuff with this."
No, right.
But you have.
I didn't see. There was a communication issue here. I thought you were just upset about the fact that like dream conversations were occurring.
No. It's
So that's okay. We're good with that.
the
That's
motive.
fine.
It's more the motive.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't know if it's just like maybe they go back once our mission is completed, and then like that's probably gonna be fine. But
What
if
if when you destroy a shard with that weapon, that it actually goes to, what was his name, the covetous one?
oh, that could be a big problem.
But
Right.
I mean, would he be
Their
trying
name,
to
the Covetous King is gender neutral.
take the shards and put them back together? But I mean, if some of them are missing,
Which is why we should
If
collect
some
a
of them are
shard
actually destroyed,
Should
then
collect a
somebody's
shard.
gonna be.
and take it to someone who would understand it a bit more. Not to
Right.
find out more about the motives of the person who set you on this mission, yes?
No, yeah, I think now I'm on board. I had misunderstood entirely why it was a problem. I just woke up.
Yeah, no, I work out in the mornings, my brain just kind of moves, so
See,
I'm so
what
sorry.
had happened was Cholula and I drank most of the day and night.
Did you?
No.
And now, I don't necessarily feel hungover, but the thoughts are slower.
Right.
Is the thing. In fact, I think the thoughts are slower most of the time. I'm not the cleverest of us.
Maybe let's just keep our eyes on the next step instead of the whole stairwell then. Yes?
Right.
Maybe I'll look at the stairwell and not tell you how many flights are above us.
That's a
tell
good
us
call,
everything.
probably.
Yeah, no, it feels
You
good.
should probably let us
Felt
know.
good to say, honestly.
You should probably let us know, like, hey, there's more stairs coming, but don't tell us if they're turning right or left, because that's where I get.
I'll interpret that as I will. I think we're going to be making port very soon.
You hear the faint ringing of a bell overhead.
Yeah, I think
Sound like
that's...
guitars.
You were right about that fact.
It's a sick bell. Fucking sick ass bell.
They said to leave plates. I don't feel good about it, but they said to, so...
Alright.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we don't want to, bring them up and that messes up there.
Yeah, I've got things to carry.
We can stack them.
We could stack them. Did Rain have anything?
He took all of his belongings.
Good. Plates?
You can stack all of your plates and things.
Did Rain have...
Oh, no.
Okay, good. Maybe he took his.
Maybe he doesn't eat.
Maybe he doesn't eat.
You ever think about that?
Why am I listening to Cholula today?
You all head above deck.
Yes.
As you do, you can see that Tordek is the one ringing the bell, which is nearby the ship's helm. Other passengers are emerging from the cabins as well. And as you set out on board, you can see that the gangplank is set, and you can make your exit into the misted autumn streets of the Darkpines docks. Stepping out, you see there are tall stone walls that surround the city itself, which is strange because, as I said before, most of the dwellings seem to be very high up in these dire pine trees. And you can actually see some things that you thought were branches are actually seem to be connected between two trees. It's like a shared branch that also has windows through it, and you can see kind of shapes moving through of people passing from tree to tree above the streets. Moving towards the tall stone walls that surround the city itself, you collect your cart and horses, which were thankfully unharmed during the battle with the rock.
I forgot they were here.
Yep, they were transported.
That's all I thought about.
They are loaded up, and you pass through a mild security checkpoint into the city proper. The majesty of these natural wonders is almost lessened when you see the significantly less grand structures that have been tacked on at the bases of the trees. Where Geladorn was a seamless, eloquent fusion of dwarven and elven styles, Darkpines feels more like a beautiful elven city at the base of which humans have just sort of slapped their mark and called it a day. You get a real sense as to why Rain Kellick's services were enlisted to revive the city's original style.
I get a sense of why Rain Kellick's services...
I was just thinking the same thing.
A low fog continues to swirl and dance through the cobbled streets around you. What would you like to do?
Do I get a sense quickly that the wall was not a part of the original Elven design?
Absolutely.
It's kind of a bit much. So did we want to set out the beacon, as we can call it,
Yeah.
for now? Or did we want to find a public space and ask around? Let's do the beacon first, and then we can confirm
Yeah.
our suspicions.
I will burn a slot and I hold the beacon.
Okay, what level?
Third.
Third level. Alma holds this jewel in her palm and focuses and concentrates for a moment. You see that sort of violet flash of arcane nature behind her eyes, and suddenly the gem alights with bright golden light.
Oh, that's That's the close one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the close one. Okay, I have two. I have it and the the
You get the
destructor
sense
rod.
that-
I assume it's not those,
Correct.
right?
This is it is specifically attuned to detect primordial shards. The shards that you have in your possession are not primordial in nature.
Okay,
They
hang
are
on.
of the prime deities.
Just a quick experiment. You two stay right here. I'm gonna shimmy away from them for a minute. As I exit their range, does it get dimmer?
You exit 300 feet away from Sylas and Cholula, and the light goes.
Well, outside of 60 feet, it would dim.
I thought it was 100 feet.
Sheds bright light in a 60-foot.
That's how far the light goes.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's like you're holding a little light bulb of the sun.
Okay, so I just have to get outside of 100 feet of them for
Yeah,
it to
you
dim.
move 100 feet away, and it dims to just a green glow.
From that distance, I'm just gonna point at the two of them, and then I'll start shimmying back, and it'll start glowing again.
What?
So one of you two has something.
I didn't shot.
Silas,
Is it
make
one
a
of us,
perception
or is
check.
it so, I mean, it could be anything around. If you wait, you go back over there, and then we'll come towards you and see
No,
if
yeah,
it gets
we
brighter.
need to split up. That'll do. Like,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go stand.
And then I'll go first.
Okay, Cholula, you take a few steps forward,
Mm-hmm.
and it begins to gleam bright gold again.
It's me.
19.
Well, something you have.
Silas,
Shit.
every time there is that bright flash of golden light from this small jewel in Alma's hands, you feel that same sort of tingly, static vibration, but along the side of your body that is not facing the light.
You okay back there, buddy? I said I didn't like this, didn't I?
Are you still far away?
Yes. I said I didn't like this, didn't I?
You had mentioned that. Anyway, I think it's something Cholula is holding.
So we should find the threshold of when it becomes bright, and I'll just take one thing at a time and set it down in front of me.
I'm like walking
You're
back
standing
over.
in the street,
Yeah.
holding a bright. Again, it's like a misty morning, and you're like holding the sun.
Maybe let's go out into the country a bit or something while
Okay.
we lay out our possessions.
Sure.
That seems more dangerous,
My
but
shadow,
sure.
my shadow hates this, by the way.
Oh, little guy.
Yeah, no, he's bad for me, but he's never been wrong.
I'm gonna kind of try to block the light from you both.
But he also
Thank you.
dislikes just kind of me.
Well, that's new. He used to adore you. Trust me. Yes, let's go lay out all of Cholula's things.
All right, where are you guys headed? Are you headed like outside of Darkpines?
Wherever there's like an open space where we could lay out each
Just like
object
not
we
being in
kinda
the street.
cover.
Is it like the morning now? Yeah, it's morning, right?
Oh,
So we don't need to like stop at a tavern and rest or whatever. We can just get going.
that's true, but we wanted to check out Darkpine a little bit.
Yeah, we
Something
can do
is
that.
glowing.
Or we can head
Also,
towards
Alma,
Waterdeep.
make a quick history check.
Uh-oh. 16?
16 is enough. You recall when you arrived in Darkpines, you were supposed to contact Yagra to see if she found and dealt with that guy whose name I totally have and remember.
All my spells.
I believe it was Aldous, who stole all of Callan's belongings and fled.
Right. Yeah, I'll do that as we walk. I'll just send her Yagra, it's Alma. You knew that. We just made port at Darkpine. How's it on your side?
Yeah, give me just a second.
Yeah.
I forgot I should have been counting this. Once again, a reminder for any new viewers that we might have, the sending spell works a little differently for us. Instead of 25 words across and 25 words back, we have a pool of 50 words that can be shared so that a conversation can be had, and the spell can actually be useful.
I'm gonna send a paper bird to Pippin, letting him know that we've reached Windfell and we're in Darkpines, headed towards Waterdeep.
Okay, you do so. The bird takes flight. I'm sorry, can you say that again, Alma?
Yagra, it's Alma.
You knew that.
You knew that.
Oh,
We're in Darkpine.
How the hell is that going off?
time to wake up.
It switched from
Yeah,
AM
it's
to
Alma.
PM. Sorry,
You knew that.
We're in Darkpine. How is it on your end?
She responds, "It's been handled. Shall we meet you in Darkpines?
Like just now? Sorry, I can't hear it.
Our journey will take about 6 days."
6 days. We
What?
probably won't be in Darkpine for 6 days. We will keep heading. How many words do I have left?
You're at 41 of 50. After keep heading.
To Waterdeep.
Would you like for them to respond?
I'll call you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Farewell. And
Nice.
message
Nice.
ends.
Nice. Good job, guys. That was great. That was wonderful.
Oops.
Don't
That's our
freak out. It's fine.
1/50th of an act play.
Yagra handled that guy, that rogue that she had around.
That's good. That's nice.
His name was Aldous, and he's dead now.
Oh, he's been handled
Oh. Well,
in the.
That was literally. I was like, kill him. I didn't say like, oh, give him a handshake.
Oh, you
Tell him
told
great. Yeah,
Okay.
I was like,
Well,
this has
she-
to be done. I told him.
She did that. I
There
think.
was a fair warning when everyone was conscious. Like, if anyone does anything wrong, kill them. And Yagra was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Cholula, make a survival check because you're kind of looking for an open space within the city, correct? To kind of lay your shit out.
within the city.
But then that's at
16.
16. Not bad. Yeah, you actually find a nice little, like, very open, like 300 by 300 foot courtyard area that is kind of right behind the Hallowed Hammer, which is the tavern that you were told about.
Found a courtyard.
Maybe let's lay out the things that we think are shards, so we can kind of deduce whether or not we are good at identifying what a shard is.
Right. So, why don't we just go ahead and set the stone down and then bring items towards it?
We
Okay.
don't want the stone stolen either, do we?
Sylas, I can shoot death rays out of my fingers. I don't think I'm that worried about somebody running off with our things.
Yeah. What if it's a kid?
They probably.
Well, then we can probably still do something about that before they get away.
You went to Death Rays #1, so I'm just asking about
I'm
the
just
kid.
suggesting that, like, probably
You shoot the Death Rays at the kid, and I'll be peaceful.
of the people in the world who need to worry about, like, uh-oh, if I leave my thing here while I stare at it, will somebody steal it? Probably we're not the ones to fuck with.
How about I sit next to it, because I'm apparently not the one. Well, I don't know. My friend doesn't like it very much.
That's
Sure.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, I can just sit next to it.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll
Sorry,
sit.
I
I'll just sit
complicated it.
here. I'll just sit down about 100 feet away, holding the rock.
Yeah, by the way, how long does that
10 minutes.
10 minutes? That's probably passed by the time you walked through town and found a space and sent a message.
Fucking my ass.
Oh,
Why isn't it working? Why did it stop?
And I'll just pump some more magic into that. That's fine. We love it. We love to make the magic happen. The rock starts glowing again.
All right.
you seem angry. You want me
It's
to-
really, it's
I can
not
carry
easy to
something.
keep this going.
So what is
very
your
long.
approach to this?
Okay, so
We
I.
approach-
I'm gonna just take stuff and we're gonna set it.
Are you leaving? So you're standing like at the precipice of 100 feet and
Yeah.
you're just holding things inside of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What do you hold first?
First I'm gonna do my gloves because I'm wearing them.
Yeah, you put your gloves in? Still just green.
Thank goodness.
Maybe give us a thumb. It's kind of.
I'll just
far away.
hold it over my head.
Oh, you'll
if
see
things
it.
go well.
I have a small stone carved into a lamb.
Still green.
Well, sure, there wasn't anything I was carrying.
I have a Otiug tentacle.
Nothing.
Probably not just my regular tools, right?
Cholula, make a history check.
Okay.
I think I just
12.
You
have a shard. It just says it right here.
I'm also gonna make a quick roll, and we'll use our little guy for this. I'm not gonna move it and show everybody because it's just gonna be me rolling. But I will turn the light on and give Robbie a second to notice us on his wrist in Skyrim, which is great. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, let's do that. So, I really want the audience to know what's happening right now. It's so insane.
So
It's up.
I'm just gonna roll a d20. If I roll lower than a 12, then we'll see if you get this information. If you recall this information. That is a 14. Keep trying stuff.
Okay.
We can double it. I can just start if you want to hand me things.
Sure. I start doing weapons.
Okay.
Yeah, which weapon?
Dancing sword.
Dancing sword.
Dancing sword, you hold it in. Bright golden light.
My
Wait.
baby.
Rapier?
Rapier, bright golden light.
Oh.
Umbrella?
Umbrella, bright golden light.
Wait.
I have one too.
Those are just magic items.
We had theorized that I'll shove it in my pocket and come up. We theorized that
It is like
Through the stitching.
dim light through the stitching. Yeah.
pull it back out, I dispel it, I shove it back in my pocket. We had theorized that a lot of items, magical items, could be shards just innately by being magical.
But we're not supposed to destroy all of our magical things.
I wouldn't.
They are things.
How are we supposed to fucking identify these things if we are the thing? If we're setting off the alarm too early? What are you all looking at?
Well,
the light's gone.
Clearly I have nothing.
There's like one guy sitting on the porch of the tavern, just with like a mug.
Right, I think that you're onto something with the better question being, why in the first place should we destroy them?
I don't know.
And if not,
You're
what?
the only one that goes to that plane, so you need to figure out how to ascertain that information from them,
I
right?
feel like we're only supposed to destroy an equal amount of the other two that the tree was not. But we would have to be able to determine what sort of vibes they're giving off.
It'd also
Right.
be easier to detect it if we didn't have them on us. We can't tell when that's going to glow brighter for something else when we are not near it. Right? I just don't like when deities visit you in the evening and say, here's an impossible task, good luck. I've lived a good portion of my life doing that.
I mean, in theory, I could bring Bodon to us right now, but I can only do that once a day.
Let's save that for the evening. Let's try to find out some this plane information before we start speaking to divas again.
Right.
I'm not supposed to tell you how many stairs are ahead of us, but there's a fuck ton more now. Story building if I ever saw one.
I have
Probably
no way
one all
of
the way up
knowing.
the tree.
Just because I know that those are shards, I have no way of knowing.
Do you have the identify spell?
Do I? No. Isn't your umbrella new?
Yes.
So new things can become shards.
So maybe we go to that one guy that did that and this thing, my bow, and then we just have him make enough stuff that for us to destroy in front of him that we fix it.
Do I have a feeling that person intentionally put a shard in? We have to call them something else. I hope we find one.
Make a religion check.
You can call them fragments if you want.
Maybe.
That feels
If he
great.
can imbue things with magic of a, if it could be sort of a specific type or purpose that
8.
matches what the tree was, we can just have
Must not
him
have been
make
knowing
so
them.
much of it that is bringing it in and restoring the balance by doing, bringing in new things that had been destroyed previously.
Well, that's true.
I like this umbrella.
Okay.
We're not gonna break your umbrella.
Oh, you said it out loud. I didn't. Pub?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor said 6 days?
Yeah, right. I let her know that we're probably going to be heading to Waterdeep, even within the day, possibly. If there's
Likely.
something-
Maybe we should just go.
Now?
I mean, we don't want to wait for 6 days here, do we?
No.
I mean, I'm sure there's something juicy going on. There always is.
There usually
Right, but we could always pass back through here if we end up going back to Children, so...
That's true.
And maybe it'll
I
look
can't believe the
nicer
thing we
next
had
time
that was
come.
going to detect shards just detects things that are on us.
Well, I
Yeah,
didn't
we're-
expect you guys to have a bunch of
Neither
them.
did. No, yeah, I'm not mad.
Cholula,
You-
make an insight check.
Could have told you this was magical. Look, big.
Well, I mean, we didn't know that we couldn't confirm that just being of a certain amount of magical meant that it was a fragment. We kind of just confirmed that right now.
17.
17. You held a pretty substantial magic item, your gloves, into the space, and it didn't react.
Well, my gloves didn't go, though.
But all of your weapons did.
So these are not as hardcore.
The umbrella's not really a weapon. It's more of a shield.
But combat items.
The gloves could be a combat item,
What do they do?
right?
They're
They just-
gloves of climbing and swimming, right?
They make it
But they-
easier for me to climb and swim.
Oh.
Doesn't it just boost your strength modifier? Could you just pull someone's head off with those?
It kind of gives you a boost to athletics.
Climbing and swimming don't cost extra movement, and I get a +5 bonus to strength checks made to climb or swim.
Okay.
So it's only
I'm glad that last
specifically those
sentence.
activities.
I feel very distinctly
climbing
like
his
there's something
Swim in this bar.
that I'm understanding poorly. I'm not sure what or how. But I do know I have this tendency to not understand the information fully and then really go with it.
Who would
Should
know
we
that?
pick something to destroy? Use the
No.
staff?
Who would know that better than a god, right?
That is bad news, isn't it?
But you're alive.
That's true.
Fool's errand for my daughter back.
I think we've got something that probably should be destroyed.
What? Don't.
Rabbit put a deck of cards in my bag. And I have a bad feeling about them. And I think maybe we should just get rid of them.
I'm willing to try. But we don't know what happens to them once.
You have my deck of cards.
It's not yours.
They were until they were stolen. Yes, they are my deck of
Where
cards.
did you get them?
Ooh, they're fighting.
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
Give me my deck of cards.
I think we should destroy them.
Why?
Because
they didn't
make
benefit you
like
directly?
This.
Like what? Mad that someone stole my property?
You kept trying to mess with them, and I don't think it's a
They're-
good idea.
It's a deck of cards. It's what you do with them.
Fine, sure, do what you want with them. I'm gonna go about 10 feet this way.
Do they look like anything to me?
Make an Arcana check.
I can't believe you. Why didn't you tell me?
Because you kept being
16?
weird around them.
16. Looks like an innocuous
Like in
just
an
leather deck of
unhealthy
cards.
way.
When she says I was being weird around them, do I get that?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
11.
11. No. Somebody took your shit.
What do you mean being weird around them?
You
You
said it.
stole my things. This is if this is
I
being
didn't
weird.
steal them. They were put on me.
Rabbit stole these things. You knew them to be mine, and you held them.
Yes.
Possession is a certain fraction of the law.
Well, she stole from me too, and that was all blown over quite quickly.
This person sounds tricky.
They started acting strange as soon as these cards showed up.
Do these glow?
Oh god, do you want me to... Hang on.
I knew as soon as you dispelled it. I was like, man, I hope this conversation's 10 minutes.
Where the fuck are my... Where the fuck...
Your spells?
I needed some math.
And we had talked about not having guest stars on this show. We have Joe Pesci here tonight.
Can I fucking help you?
I would say, Alma, if you wanted to, you could burn sorcery points.
Oh, right, that's a fucking feature of my class, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Fucking shit, what am I doing? I don't know what happened to me.
I think you would burn 3 of them to get a 3rd level spell equivalent. I could be wrong.
Convert sorcery points. 5. That's
5
fine.
for a 3rd level spell.
Boom. Shroom, magic hands, magic orb. Can I borrow those?
It is golden light.
Right, so we'll have to separate.
Right.
But
I take the cards.
No, could you maybe walk away?
Yeah, I'm gonna steal
Because
from
he
you
has
right
to
in
hold
the
them.
open.
Because they make him weird.
They make me weird because they've been stolen
He
before.
has to hold
You're
on
looking
to
at
them.
me
You can't
right
even
now.
hand them to your own daughter.
Is it so hard to walk 100 paces away?
Is it so hard to let her hold them? You can trust
Is
her
it
more
really
than
that hard
me.
to let me hold them?
Yes.
I take them and I walk 100 feet away.
You walk 100 feet away, still glowing. Golden light.
Do they feel weird? Do they seem weird?
They don't feel or seem weird at all. It seems like it's just a simple leather case, and you can tell that there are some cards inside.
I can't remember how we got them. Do you?
You found them in a chest in the Hag's Lair,
Yeah.
in the room where the tree died.
I didn't
I'm
wanna-
gonna tell her about that.
I didn't want to bring him up because that seems fucking dumb. That's why I was trying to escape that. Can you bring those back, please?
Sylas seem weirder to me now that the cards are back in play than he
Yes.
did. Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Anytime you guys want to willingly fail a roll,
Yeah.
I'm for it.
But he's gonna be really mad if I break these.
Make one more Arcana check.
Da, 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 da. 17.
17 is pretty good. You feel a slight, almost like wavering to the gem as you're holding it in your hand. There's almost, it's if there were static energy inside of it, it's almost as if it's kind of spinning around, and you feel like these different frequencies, different wavelengths, lengths, that are just kind of coursing around within it. And you're not sure. You'd have to probably like hold a different type of fragment near it to see if it's the same vibe from the gem. But even this is enough to make you think that this feels a little strange.
Okay, I dispel my rock.
Okay.
Okay, Alma, that's enough. We can have the rock back.
I'm gonna put the cards in my pocket.
Okay, and you're going to walk them over here now.
Right, yeah, in my pocket
And then
until
you will
we
take
can
them out of your pocket and give them to me.
I
until
will
we
say,
can bring
Alma, I
them.
don't know if you've looked over that staff that I sent you yet.
No, because it won't send my. There it is.
There's something in there you might want to look up.
Huh?
What is it?
Hang on. I've never heard of this one. Interesting.
You see Alma, she like slips the cards into her pocket and kind of like looks to her side for a second.
Before I get... So, as I'm standing there,
Mm-hmm.
100 feet away, I'm gonna... When he gets more riled up by this, I'm gonna throw the cards on the ground. I'm gonna pull out the staff. I'm just gonna stab it through, and they just like pop away. And I'm gonna use that sequester spell.
Yeah, there's an audible, and the cards disappear.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to take our break this evening. We'll be right back to see how this goes. Ooh, things got so tense. Before we go, we have a giveaway that we need to tell you how to enter.
Lolly will show it to you.
Come on, baby.
She's like out of screen, I'm sure.
He's just a little guy.
To enter for your chance to win this lovely set of pre-painted miniatures, it comes with a number of assorted minis. There's usually like one bigger or large creature and about 4 smaller creatures.
Yeah.
For example, you could get something like this, the Warforged Titan, which is
Yeah.
super rad. Or something like this,
The Nullfang of you.
Fomorian, which is like a really gross giant with a stank eye.
Oh, you don't
Snake.
have the Null guy, do you?
All kinds of stuff. No.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in there, even down to this little. I don't know what this even is. His name is Brigandoc. He's a Brigandoc miner. Brigandoc.
That's from
He's
the
so
Witchlight.
small.
Yeah.
There's another guy whose name is like Smile Pants or something. What is it?
Yeah.
Chucklehead.
Smile pants.
It's great. Yeah, these are. This one in particular is from Snowbound. So it's probably some ice-themed things, but they could also be from other areas. To enter for your chance to win this pre-painted set of mystery miniatures, go ahead and type the word SHADE in the chat. That's SHADE, SHADE. To enter for your chance to win, we will announce the winner when we come back from our break in about 20 minutes, so don't go away. And when we also come back from our break, we'll tell you how to enter to win the Fable Fire dice set that's up for grabs this evening. So stay tuned. We'll see you all in about 20 minutes. Welcome back. Before we hop back into this tense moment, we've got a giveaway to announce.
It's all fine.
Everything's gonna be fine.
He's not gonna kill me.
No, why would he do that?
You just came back.
The winner of the more fun mystery mini giveaway is Nina Yilva!
Well, that was a big one.
Congratulations, Nina Yilva, on your win. Those will be going out soon.
First week of December.
Soon.
First week of December. All of the giveaways from this month. There were quite a few.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy anniversary, everybody. Belated anniversary.
Feels good. So like we do the prizes because of Twitch, but also we'd like to know that you guys are playing D&D as well. So we give out minis and dice, and we could be giving out shirts and stuff. But like we'd rather know that you guys are playing a game.
Play the game.
Play the fucking game. Go to prison, play the game.
Prison.
They have D&D stuff.
Oh, well, speaking of our second giveaway,
I played it on
We're in
the ship.
in this
get out.
Bavarian prison,
Yeah, let me move this wall.
that'd be wild. There's bars, we're in a cell.
It's our yard time. We have 4 hours a day.
It's a unisex prison. To enter for your chance to win this lovely set of Fable Fire dice, the Eastern Sea dice, which is, just so that we all know, the name of the sea that you just traveled down to get to Darkpines.
We were on it.
Yep, very creative name. Type the word Fables in chat, Fables, to enter for your chance to win the Fable Fire dice.
It was named after Ronald Eastern,
Mm-hmm.
who
Yep.
died there.
Yeah. We'll announce the winner later in the stream. Stick around. We would very much appreciate it. I know our show goes late sometimes, but we very much appreciate it if you were present to be drawn. Not that we're not going to give it to you if you aren't, but we appreciate the effort. All right. Let's go ahead and hop right back into this tense moment as Alma has just disappeared the deck of many things.
I'd say, like, when the staff came out, like, Sylas was in, like, a full sprint toward you. And as the card blips out of existence, I just, like, lose control of my legs and just fall to the ground.
Yeah, you slide a good 5 feet.
Well, okay.
They're not gone. They're just locked away. They're locked away for now until we can figure out what they are.
Thank you so much.
What? You're not gonna kill us?
Worth noting, is the gem still active? Like, you didn't deactivate it, did you?
You did.
Okay, cool. Just check.
Wait, you reactivated it to check with the cards.
But you dispelled it before you stabbed the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
I want to retcon that and say no, but I did do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I only remembered it happening the one time.
Thank you.
That was good. That was bad. That was.
No, it was
I
necessary.
was kind of holding the staff, like.
I'm not going to kill anyone.
Okay.
Well-
just checking in. You seemed really mad at first.
That might have been.
The guy's still on the porch, just like...
Right. What will we... So the staff makes things like that disappear.
Well, so I can send them away for a time. Where did I put them? It's sort of like, it's almost like a bag of holding works, except it's a more private, as I'm understanding this spell, it's like a more private pocket dimension. It's like a prison of my own design.
Your own design.
Well, I'm the only one who can access them currently.
Okay.
I didn't really design it. I can send people there if we need to.
Oh, can we live there?
No, we should not.
Oh,
I could probably do that, but we could never ever escape because we would be in there, and therefore our access out would be. But also, we would be in suspended animation. So.
worth
well,
noting,
that's
did you
not
set a
fun.
condition when you sent it away?
Um.
Because as is, the spell just lasts until you dispel it. But if you wanted to set a condition such as after 1,000 years or when, the earth splits in two or anything like that.
No, for our purposes,
Or like if I die.
based on the vibe that I got right before I did what I did, I'm gonna say if I were to die before dispelling this, I'm good with them staying there.
Cool.
I'm gonna, like, get up and, like, approach Alma with, like, my head down. And just kind of throw my arms around her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was bad. This can also remove curses, and I bonk him on the head and cast remove curse.
You do so.
I gently bonk, I don't like...
Okay, that was a hug. That was meant to be it.
Well, no, I understand. So no curses?
Nothing happens. You've used one of your 2 charges.
Yeah.
Remove curse. And Cholula, with your passive perception, you notice that from the moment that Sylas stood and approached Alma, his shadow stayed in place where he was before, kind of kneeling on the ground, and is still there.
Thank you again.
So they did have some kind of hold over you.
I don't know. It was like, when I held it, I thought about what they could do, and that was all I could think about.
Well, I think that they were a powerful magic... I mean, they are. They're still...
Yeah, it's probably best
They
not
still exist,
to talk
but...
about them, or where they are, or anything. But thank you. Both of you. I'm sorry, Cholula.
I didn't enjoy keeping things from me, Sylas.
No, that's... You did it for a good reason, as you always do. A drink on me? 30, 40...
Sure, we should probably check out the place because, we Tordek recommended it and we don't have to get right on the road. We have been traveling.
We can see Mordra, as Tordek mentioned.
One drink.
Silver
Okay.
something. Silver room.
One drink, and then I think we should start heading towards Waterdeep.
Right, of course.
All right. Making your way towards the Hallowed Hammer. Rather
The guy
back,
sitting on the porch.
yeah, rather back around towards the front. You guys are kind of on the back side of it. You have to go around a couple of buildings to get to the front, as it's kind of tucked into an alleyway. You approach the sort of concrete row house. It's got a green tile roof with nicely trimmed hedges out front. It's one of the few buildings that doesn't have a tree sprouting up out of it. And stepping inside, in the walkway, you're met with several decorative paintings on the walls that depict various bits of scenery from around Windfell. Some things that you've actually seen yourselves. And stepping into the entryway, you see that there are a number of tables flipped in the center of the tavern. There are 12 patrons who are scurrying around in a panic, and at the center of the room sits a woman with slight features, long pointed ears, and 2 tusks that just protrude slightly from her bottom lips, who is seated in the middle of the floor, kind of hunched over, and just... And a half-elven man, full-elven man, runs up to you and kind of grabs you. Please, we need help. She's giving birth. Okay. Do something. None of us know what to do. Do you know what to do?
You need to stop yelling. That's number one. Go grab water. That feels
And
good.
towels.
I've heard
People
that
ask for
before.
towels.
Water and okay.
Hey, not you then.
Right. Okay. And he scurries off, and we're gonna go into a quick skill challenge.
Okay.
Hey, this one doesn't know what's happening. If you're gonna ask me, like, hey, what do you do? Like, puts his hands in? Is that a
Person, I was reading a spell.
So, basically, we're gonna do this like we would do all skill challenges. As you guys step forward, and
You did this. I don't know.
yeah, I'm having a great time. So, I'm actually going to throw to you guys, and you're going to tell me what it is that you do to help in this scenario. And I would recommend looking over your skills and trying to kind of pick one that you're pretty decent at. And
Strength.
push.
See, it's that easy.
And yeah, tell me what you do to help. It could be anything from gathering towels to, I don't know if you know how this works.
Right, we walked into a place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out of the place. Just poke my head out.
Great skill.
Hi, is anybody in this town a doctor? And I'm gonna shout that as loudly as possible.
Wonderful. Make a persuasion check.
Thanks. Because it's not us. 15.
15?
Yeah.
There just happens to be
Great.
a half-elven fellow walking by, wearing kind of a suit, mostly just like a vest over a white tunic
Great.
and some simple black pants. And he turns, yes, I'm a doctor.
Oh, great. I guess a birth is occurring.
Oh.
Could you give an assist?
Heavens above, yes.
We're a wandering band of morons, so you should probably...
Of course, yes.
You might need something...
Please, show me to the patient.
Great. You walk right in there.
All right, I need a bowl of water and some towels, warm if you've got them.
Oh, we already started that.
Wonderful. And he approaches the woman and kind of kneels down.
Why was she in a bar?
He also,
Working.
as he's walking by, he like grabs a tablecloth of a table that there wasn't anything on top of, pulls the cloth off and kind of drapes it over her to give her some privacy. Kneels down and he's like, Lovely to meet you. My name is Dr. Cody Tenley.
He says under the tablecloth.
He doesn't put all of her under. He drapes it over her lap.
I think she was suggesting he was.
He's talking to the baby, yeah. What's your name?
We're gonna get
I'm
you
not
out of
actually a doctor.
I found this guy.
Yeah, maybe one of your skill checks should have been, is this man a doctor?
Not interested in that as long as we don't have to figure this out.
I'm going to rush around to the other side of this blanket. Like, hey, hello, everything is going to be fine. I've been near a situation like this before. It was a long time ago, and everything is going to be fine.
It's coming!
She's mad.
That's what people say.
What happens if you were to cast Cure Wounds in
You
this
need-
situation? Do
you
think
need to
it would, like-
breathe.
do you think that-
You
that'd
can
be
also
a
make a
problem,
persuasion check.
I think.
Okay.
Probably. That'd be bad.
I don't know if that's what you were aiming for, but that's what you went with.
Unfortunately.
I was
Yeah.
Were you lying to her?
What happened?
Make a deception check.
good.
What?
He asked what kind of check I was trying to make, and I was lying to her. Well, that's cocked.
That's
I don't know how to check that one.
I'm curious, what is the lie here? Was Sylas not nearby when Alma was born?
No, that everything's going to be fine and that
fancy.
this is normal.
Oh, gotcha.
18. I have a plus
18.
8 to deception.
She kind of relaxed. He's a Harper. He was a spy back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sylas you know.
She kind of relaxes and calms herself, focuses on her breathing, and focuses on pushing as the command comes from Dr. Tenley.
Could I
Cholula,
Misty step it out?
we are one success away from a delivery handled.
Okay.
She's crowning. Where are those towels?
Yeah, I'm gonna help with his tools and things that he needs, towels and whatnot.
Okay, make an investigation
Nurse
check.
Cholula.
Investigation.
Yeah, to find the things that he needs.
Oh, I sent a guy to do that.
He's not
Where's
fast
that guy?
enough.
Oh no.
You said there's 3 tables flipped over?
Investigation is not.
Why are the tables?
I think there were 2.
What happened here?
Might have been 3.
That's gonna be a 5. Investigation not so good.
Cholula disappears into a back room of the tavern. And so that's...
She always does that, and that's what you're supposed to do. Everything's
Sorry, I
going
should have said this up top. We're looking for 3 successes before 2 failures. We've got 2 successes and 1 failure. So
I started reading a spell, and I thought we were just gonna walk into a tavern. And then we were in it, and it wasn't just a normal walk into a tavern. And I don't have spells to help with this. I don't know, man.
if anybody's got an idea.
Does the doctor look like...
Can I use my perception to find towels? That'll work.
Sure, make a perception check.
Okay.
You're in a back room now.
Yeah, how does the doctor seem like everything's fine?
Yeah, I was about to
He's
check
a doctor.
that out.
He should
That's-
roll a skill check.
A dirty 20.
30-20.
Dirty 20, nice. Cholula scanning the pub. You're like, right, bar towels. And you look down, instantly you see the bag of dirty towels.
Oh.
But then
Lightning
I have
Lord out.
prestidigitation.
you do.
Sure do.
Hey.
They are now suddenly a bag full of fully laundered towels,
Nice.
which you bring over. The doctor thanks you profusely and begins setting them out on the floor. It's mostly for the space.
Oh.
The towels are very clean.
I should hope so. Just keep pushing. All right. I can see the head. This is the weirdest thing I've ever done in D&D.
You didn't have to make this happen.
It seemed interesting. Yeah, we're gonna push past this, and
We could just pan up to the ceiling.
yeah, we pan up to the ceiling as the doctor is saying these words that I never thought I'd utter aloud. And a few hours later, and some tense moments.
We stayed the whole time. We're part of this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to you guys. Did you stay?
Yeah.
Yes. This person is crushing my hand. I cannot leave.
You all watch as handed to the very tired now mother is a beautiful. Huh?
Did the other guy ever come back?
Yeah, he eventually came out and was like, I can't find nothing.
No. That's too bad.
Is that a head? And then he fainted.
He peed under the tablecloth.
People faint at these events. Oh,
You all watch this beautiful moment as a newborn baby, half elf, half orc, is handed to its mother, who also seems to be half elf, half orc, based on the features. Very like thin and slight, but also the tusks, and very broad-shouldered for their build. And
Like 3/4.
So yeah, like
And a quarter.
it doesn't work that way.
fantasy. They're not calico cats. It's a fantasy game.
well, no, like okay, so like you know, my dad is a certain amount Italian, but my mom wasn't, so I'm not half Italian.
We're not getting into this right now.
Elves.
It is a beautiful family of mixed elven and orc heritage.
Right.
As she looks at her child for the first time, and the doctor goes behind the bar and washes his hands
Probably should have started with that.
before returning.
Did he do that before?
Surely.
Yeah, sure.
His hands are always clean.
I've seen people.
He's a doctor.
He's half elf, half doctor.
Pockets are just full of antibacterial gel.
Thank you for your quick thinking and for alerting me to the situation. This could have
Yeah,
gone very poorly.
I had a strong feeling we shouldn't be in charge of this.
Yes, well, you did an excellent job taking charge.
Can I roll a constitution check for that? Can I get one of my constitutions for this event?
No, because it wasn't downtime.
You stepped outside. You left. What's all this then? Is it all the cake I was eating?
I'm Dr. Tenley. It's nice to officially meet you.
Sylas.
The Mistwalkers, Cholula.
I'm Alma.
The Mistwalkers. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We're not doctors.
We'd be called the Mist Doctors.
Ooh, if we became doctors.
We could. We could try.
We could join a band.
In attempting to calm the patient, I learned that her name is apparently Vena Arnuana. So if any of you have any words for her, that is who you can address them
Who did we
to.
come here to see?
What is happening?
Mordra, right?
Mordra, yes,
Okay.
who is probably running the bar to the best of their ability now. And imagine just like, oh yeah, I think we should stop in for a drink. People screaming. There's like a small guy fainting.
Just a moment, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can go over and have a word. I don't know. We're good at the weird goodbyes, so this would be a perfect.
This would be a very weird goodbye. Do you think she'll let us name it?
Maybe.
Don't assume that's. Sylas,
Hello, ma'am.
Sylas is
Good job. Good
Congratulations.
wishes. Good.
You talking to the mother?
Yeah. You are so good at making fluids. I've never seen so many. Can we name your baby?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Hi.
Restore balance.
Hi, I'm Sylas.
And
10.
10 all out.
There's never been a better time.
10
I rolled
all out.
To use our
Roll
fancy
the-
rolling box. I'm going to show it off. I'm going to show it off to the
all
crowd.
out?
We haven't taken a look at it this session.
This
built
session.
It's beautiful. I love it. Oh, I bet it's a mess in there.
we put down towels, dog.
In the chat.
Oh.
Oh, they're having a baby in the chat too.
Okay, the DC that you've said is 10.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and say Vena Arnuana,
Right.
just a commoner. So she gets no pluses to this. She's got to roll a 9 or lower.
She's gonna get a nat 20.
That's a 15.
Well,
She looks up at you momentarily. She looks up at you. No.
Okay.
What?
I was just checking in.
No, I've chosen a name.
Oh, what is it?
This. It's a boy, by the way.
Okay.
I wasn't really.
we didn't-
I wasn't looking.
I was trying my best
There's a blanket.
to stop looking.
There's like a tablecloth.
This is Rael. Rael Arnuana.
Very, very name.
Pats there.
Elvin.
Well, you've made our day so much more interesting. Thank you very much for your...
Congratulations is
Yes.
what they're
Well
trying to
obliged.
say.
We're
Thank
the
you.
Mistwalkers.
That too.
I'll remember that. Probably.
So if you
I
wanted
feel like
to
I'm
add
blocking,
us...
honestly, all of this out.
Right.
Yeah, you should
I
be.
think there are chemicals at work
Need-
here
yeah.
beyond my control.
Yeah, I need to sleep, probably.
I'm going to forget that we had this
Should we
conversation.
call for someone to whisk
Yeah.
you away to
I
your bed?
shall take care of her.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
great.
Yes.
Very good.
And the doctor begins kind of calling people together. He kind of looks over at the, you see a dwarven barmaid behind the counter. He's like, I shall repay you for this chair. Come now, miss. And he kind of like, a couple other patrons help Vena up into the chair. And he enlists some of the stronger folk to help kind of lift the chair and carry her, because there's not just like a wheelchair present at this establishment currently.
You said stronger folk, like, we're not standing right here.
Would you like to help?
I'm not.
very-
No.
We came here for a drink.
Yes, and I am all of a sudden very hungry as well. I'm not.
And as she is carried out to a medical practice where she can be looked after and checked up on.
Okay.
Probably they should have started there. Why'd they just grab us?
I needed a drink before that.
I think
Maybe-
I need two now.
What?
Yeah.
I was gonna say we could just take a shot and then get on our way before something else happens.
You
But
see as
Right?
a
I'm
poor
scared that this is a trend of this town.
you see as a poor human barback who's having the worst shift of his
Yeah,
life
it would be.
is now just cleaning up the aftermath.
After is a good way to start a word.
You know what? You know what? Could we just get like a bottle of something for the road?
Right, do you have growlers or anything like that? Small kegs?
can I do prestidigitation again to help him out?
Absolutely. Or you were addressing the barback for a drink?
No, the bartender.
Okay. Good call. Well, this is a lively shift, ain't it? Right, one for the road?
Yeah.
Sure. What you have? Would you like some food to go as well? I heard your friend there talking about how he
a
was
keg or
a bit of a hunger.
I don't think we
or
need
liquor
a
or
keg.
something?
Well, I was just gonna get like a bottle of liquor.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
I'm
just
like,
throwing it out there.
We do have some specials that have drinks included, if that's something that you're interested in.
I was kidding about being hungry.
We could put it in a bag for you.
I am the opposite of hungry. Please don't mention
You sure?
bags or food. Yeah.
Albert ramen?
I don't want to have to open a bag to see food. I've seen a bag open today.
Got an egg sandwich and some barley biscuits. Comes with a glass of whiskey, five.
You're describing the
you know what? If we could just get a bottle of whiskey, I'll give you any amount of
What
money.
does
Really.
Tordek usually drink here?
Oh, Steelheart.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, well, he typically goes for the elderberry wine.
Oh, we'll grab a bottle of that too.
He says hello.
Like elderberry wine and a whiskey.
Sure.
Yes.
Right, let's call it a platinum.
Right.
All right.
Do they pool tips here for the staff?
Aye, we split tips amongst the staff.
I'll put down a gold piece.
Well, thank you very kindly. Anything else I can do for you? Here's your 2 bottles.
I believe that is everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna stop in for like 20 minutes, and we've been here. I think the sun went down.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Where did
So
our
I
cart go? We had a cart.
It's outside.
Oh, good.
Right. So I.
They didn't use that for the hospital thing, did they? It was just kind of an unmanned
I'm gonna rush outside and make sure the cart's there.
No, it's still there.
Okay, good. Baby
No,
cat,
it's still
can,
I rolled a 5.
can you go around that way? Maybe not rub on the microphone?
She makes her own rules.
We will go to the cart now.
All right.
After a long, weird goodbye.
After a long, weird goodbye
Thank
and
you.
2 hours spent in a tavern that you thought you were popping in for 20 minutes, and aid in delivering a baby.
Whee!
She didn't let us name it though.
Yeah, kind of
How dare
up
she.
front, we could.
That bitch.
Listen, what was she gonna do without the doctor we found?
I'm going to speak on behalf of a little bit of experience. I think it wasn't our place.
Hey, by the way, thanks for not letting me be named Lash.
elven shit.
Oh yeah, I did say that I was nearby one of these
Nearby,
before.
part of the decision-making process.
Yes.
That would have been.
Yeah, for sure. You have yourself really to thank for your name. It's kind of your grandmother's name.
Am I my own grand?
Don't, what?
What?
Oh my god.
Why do I have myself to thank?
Why did you go there?
Why do I have myself to thank?
I have so many layers of disgust rolling through me. I was hungry. I really was.
I'm just gonna start like pouring shots.
That's good. Very good. Cover it up with alcohol with just the bramble way.
And as you hop into your cart and begin driving while doing shots, apparently.
The horses do the
The
work.
horses are sober.
Right.
That's what they say. The horses are sober.
That's
begin-
what hold your horses means.
You begin riding down the main road towards the exit of Darkpine, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Passing by several shops along your way, you
what
see the
town?
Golden Chain, Fortune's Potions, Glitz and Glamour, the People's Mirage, the Porcelain Goblin, and a temple of some kind.
That all seems very interesting.
And you
We'll
make
have
your
to
way.
come back when we're on holiday.
You make your way out of town and begin the road back to Waterdeep. So, you guys have a choice here. And I know there was a little bit of discussion both ways. But, just so that I am aware, are you guys going to essentially take a longer journey, which would be about 10 days, and cut down into Hillslip and then up to Waterdeep? Or do you want to cut straight across the Hillock Sea and just make it a 6-day journey back to Waterdeep?
Do we know this information?
Yes. You have a map of
Characters?
Winfell, I believe.
Okay. Well, seeing as
We talked about wanting to check on Hillslip to see what
Yeah.
sort of stake activity was going on there.
right, but seeing as our shard detector, fragment detector, I'm gonna try to keep.
I
using
like
that.
fragment.
Fragment feels good.
It's not as easy to mess up.
It just I just don't want to walk up to someone and say, "Give us your shard," you know.
Because they might.
Give us your shard.
The seeing as our beacon detects any magical item, I'm not sure what good it does. Did you get a sense of what type?
There was a sensation, sort of, but I would probably have to kind of hold two items at,
To compare them.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
And even then, it's more of just like, I don't know, this is how I feel about it, but I can't tell you with any certainty what's what. And I think that you two had a good point earlier, which is what happens when we destroy them? Do they stay destroyed, or...
You didn't destroy it.
No, but if we were to destroy something, do they stay that way, or do they get sent to the Covetous King to...
Exactly.
We could destroy them.
Are we arming somebody
and
by
then
doing
find
this?
out.
When you destroy it, does it get sent to someone with more nefarious means?
Right.
I say we collect what we can and try to take it to someone who might know more. But
Right.
without telling them too much of what it's capable of course.
Well, and between my ability to essentially hide these objects, we could at least, keep them safe in our possession.
Right.
Well, and I don't know for sure, but it seems like there's some sort of loss of effectiveness once they're sequestered.
Well, it's more like...
But I don't know if that's just sort of a,
It's... The item essentially still exists, it's as though it doesn't. Does that make sense? I've essentially hidden it from the perception of anybody.
Right, so how does that affect balance if something is...
Just hidden. It's better than someone having it and misusing it.
Right.
It's also better than destroying something that you shouldn't have.
Or if we are even destroying these things.
Well, the thing is, really, when we're discussing the balance of these objects out in the world, it's not so much that just their existence or lack of existence is balance in itself, and it's more that people interact with these things all the time and may use them for good or evil or neutral, and those actions are what affects that balance.
Right. Our means is to find the ones who are misusing. Chill Run being a name example.
Right.
The weapon of prophecy doesn't sound good, but it could be better than we think.
So,
Had I ever had a run-in with the Order of the Black Rain? Was it the Order of the Black Rain?
I mean, yeah, you had a run-in with Neil Evane.
But before my mission, like, did I know kind of their temperament?
No, you were not aware of their existence until you joined the Harpers and were assigned.
Okay.
It's not so much like where the Silver Stake is like a cult.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Rain, while talked about in Waterdeep, actually
Is it like a Court of Owls kind of situation?
make either an investigation or history check. I leave the choice up to you. Actually, I'd say no. History with advantage.
15.
15. So, the only reason that you guys were alerted to the existence of the Black Rain outside of the Harpers was because the Silver Stake was like impersonating them and trying to kind of like throw off City Watch in Waterdeep. You get the sense that knowing what you do now, that probably had something to do with trying to sever the attention of the City Guard and City Watch in Waterdeep so that when the uprising occurred, they'd be scrambling.
Right.
However, it seems like it didn't really go that way for them. The actual Order of the Black Rain, now that you have your memories returned from your time before meeting the Mistwalkers and being reunited with Alma, is more of a like secret society.
Yeah.
It is something that is not talked about in many circles. And even tracking it to the Brambles was like,
oh, cool. You're just a rich person who wears a mask in a weird room sometimes.
exactly. But then it turned out to not be Harvin.
Right.
It wasn't even the person that they thought was involved.
Okay.
So it was it's kind of like it's like hunting the Illuminati, basically.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I spaced out there for a second. You ever just
It's
have
been a
a
long
full
day.
conversation with yourself after seeing someone
Yeah.
have birth in a bar?
All the time.
have, but
Give birth? Was it give?
I've had a birth.
I've been having birth.
I'm having one. Finally. My horrible catchphrase. I did not. Man, I threw the ball to the wrong base on that one. Sure. Boy. Yes, it has been a long day. Is there any more in that bottle?
Oh, yeah. I'll just pass the bottle over.
Yes, thank you.
Speaking of, somebody roll a d20.
I did the last one.
Oh, do it.
Kitty will do this one. Kitty.
Kittiford. The other day, I, without thinking, referred to you as Caitlin, and it actually threw me.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to your mom.
She
Yeah.
does
Just
it.
like, yeah, when it's Caitlin's birthday, and I was like, who's
You like stopped mid-sentence to be like, what have I become?
14.
14. Lovely. Yeah, the road is nice and clear. The mist has burned up in the evening sun, and you're making your way across. Sorry, totally spaced and forgot I was supposed to be reading things. Setting out from Darkpines, you enter the lush wilds of Windfell yet again. With changing of seasons comes the changing of leaves, coloring the beginnings of the Hillock Sea with oranges, yellows, and reds. Did we land on which city you're going to?
We were going to pass through Hillslip, right?
Hillslip.
Okay. The colors of autumn are overshadowed only by the odd flow of landscape around you. There is a bit of Hillock Sea that you have to get through before you get to the Bay Glass Plains.
But the horses and cart can manage this,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, there are paths that you can take. But yeah, the colors of autumn are overshadowed only by the odd flow of the landscape around you. It's like trekking across a frozen sea of waves made from stone and earth. There are even areas of soft topsoil that you can see were once like the breaking of the waves when the wild magic had made the land in this area ripple and churn like the ocean. And as you continue your trek in the direction of Hillslip, it's a nice clear day.
It's good.
Weather-wise, compared to like when we were leaving Chill Run.
Much warmer.
Okay.
It's like a cool 68
Okay. Perfect weather.
Fahrenheit.
It's fine.
I imagine we probably stopped like for the bathroom once. Was there any like just? It seems pretty landmarkless on the map, right? It's kind of like
Yeah,
flat,
you
but-
occasionally pass by like a ruined shack
Mhm.
that seems to have been, shaken apart
Do
by
we know?
the land.
Do we know roundabout like how dangerous this like route is?
Dangerous as any wilds. There are roads, because thankfully Winfell has trade pacts and pacts. That's not the word I was looking for.
agreement.
Agreements. Yeah. But yeah, there are trade agreements between the different holds on Winfell. It's more, aside from the Hillock Sea, which is kind of like a weird outlier, it's not like Mistinor in that it's like mostly uncharted wilds, and like people know that land is there, but they don't know what exactly is there because it's been so wild magic all over the place. Winfell is not that way. This is a traveled area, but I mean that doesn't make it any less susceptible to having bandits on the road or the odd creature here and there.
I guess as a blanket statement, I'll just try to keep an eye out for anything that looks like a good bandit trap. Like if it kind of like disappears behind a rock or a hill. Just
Yeah.
kind of try to keep alert.
Yeah, make a perception check. And
Forever held action.
and if you guys wanted to switch off your who's driving, basically, you can have some downtime activities if you have anything you need to work on.
23, and I would love to get rid of this shadow thing. If this cat would get out of this rolling. No, just get out. Oh, you're fine.
And Shalula, I
Seen it.
can try to drive if you'd like to keep working.
Sure, I'll take a break for a little bit.
I'll drive.
All right. I mean, we don't have to like go over who's driving and who's not. We can just like say that you guys are switching off,
Yeah.
and in the meantime, what's everybody working on?
Playing with my tools.
I was going to try to pass it back and forth. See if I can kind of like advance that last step that I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and make a dexterity check to work with your leather working tools.
Yeah.
Something that takes constitution.
9.
Won't kill me.
You could stand.
Smelling
and I
gross things.
could punch you in your abs while you flex them.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I don't have anything gross on me.
I
that's
do.
Oh?
I have
If only Rabbit were here, she'd have a
Or-
bag full of ears.
4 yards of otiug membrane.
Oh, and it's gone bad.
Oh. I will
Yeah.
stand. I'll bring it like to the top so that I'm not ruining everybody else's day, and I'm just gonna huff.
I love
guts.
I love the idea of someone who's like, I need to strengthen my constitution. Give me those guts. I'm gonna sniff them.
It's time to inhale something bad. Trying to huff guts.
Cholula, how did you do on your roll?
It was a 9.
Ah.
Not this time.
Hey, 17.
Nice. One success.
What
And
am
your
I
DC
rolling?
goes up to 17.
Yep.
What am I rolling?
You're gonna do sleight of hand again.
Okay.
This is your last roll, correct?
Well, could be. have written here with an arrow pointed past the last dot. What's the benefit?
Maybe we'll find out.
21. 14 plus 7.
21 succeeds. Sylas, you pass the shadow back and forth and really start getting into the flow of it and getting very comfortable. It feels a lot more in line with your will. It's like your two wills have connected almost. And you hear in the back of your mind like a whisper as the shadow kind of drifts down your arm and pools in front of you. Take it.
Did you say anything?
No, I'm trying to fucking work with this shit and it's too bumpy and I can't get it.
Okay.
I'm up here huffing guts.
Okay.
No one is driving, by the way.
Cholula's like got the reins and leather.
I can huff guts and drive.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a better test of my constitution.
Yeah. Just be sure to huff responsibly.
Take it. Reach in.
And what's so badly to say? I do. Okay, if you can just shut up.
What?
Shh. I'm gonna reach into the shadow.
You reach into the shadow, and your hand actually passes through where the heart would be. And you feel it make purchase on something cold.
What did I say? I'm doing something so weird right now. Don't look at me.
So am I, honestly.
Are you driving?
And you feel it kind of forms to your grip.
I grab it.
And you pull.
Yes.
As you do, a long length of shadow follows with it, forming a blade in your hand. Once per day. Let me actually look something up real quick.
Still have to update my D&D Beyond with all of these things.
I don't know how you'll get this one, so
Build
so
it.
make a note.
Yeah, no, I'm writing it down.
Yeah, once per day, you can cast the Shadow Blade spell, and it casts as if it were at 4th level.
Oh fuck.
What does
Oh.
that mean?
That means it does 3d8 damage
Oh.
of psychic damage on a hit.
My bad, I didn't mean to roll dice.
You got an 18 though. Nice.
That.
Any pluses to attack? Or is
It works like a monk weapon.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, it is a monk, like a short sword.
It is a bonus action, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bonus action to cast. Lasts up to a minute. You have to concentrate on it, though.
Thank you.
Going to do a lot of good.
And then I'll just open my hand.
You do, and it vanishes, like disperses, eerily, almost like mist. And that makes you feel a little uncomfortable for a second, but then you remember Alma pulling the blade and Genevieve pulling the blade, and each time it's come from your shadow.
Fuck yes.
What? Jesus.
Nothing. Except I can do a shadow blade now because I made friends with my shadow.
Oh, stop it.
Am I right? Like, who would have thought on the way to Hillslip that would happen?
They can't hear me.
I figured as much. Yeah.
What does that have to do with Hillslip?
I don't know. I just thought it'd be odd. I thought maybe like upon retiring or something in a log cabin, I'd learn to talk to myself or something.
You
I
think
do
you're
enough
gonna
talking to
retire
myself.
to a log cabin?
I would like to. I don't know. It'd be kind of nice just living out in the country away from the city.
Sounds dangerous.
But living out in a cabin?
Yeah, look around at the world.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. It wouldn't be missed at all.
Wow.
A drink, then.
Yeah!
You could take a break from Huff and Guts for a second, can't you?
Driving.
Thirsty?
Well, I mean, I could just pass you a drink if you would. We could all smell it, you know that, right? It's not just you
Oh,
who's
my
huffing.
bad. Do you still need these? Because I can just chuck them.
Do I need them?
I'll just wrap them back up.
Oh, the membrane? I'll put it back in the,
In the bag
this
of-
is why I keep these things. You never know when you're gonna need it.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to need your clothes to smell like that for longer than you ever imagined.
Cholula, can you do
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of like take the next couple minutes to prestidigitate the whole cart, like just get the smell out. Just little poofs of whatever scent you would like.
I wonder if I want to find someone that knows a lot about different
Herbs and
things like the otium. Like if we can use that smell to ward off other creatures or something, that would be cool.
That'd be good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I thought I was going to come up with something clever for that cheers, but I guess.
We can do another one later if you think of something.
Yeah, maybe.
What time roundabout is it?
At this point, it's getting into early evening.
Okay.
Getting near the time where you should decide if you want to try and push on through the night or take a rest.
Got 9 more days ahead of us. 8.
5 days to Hillslip.
Right, to the midpoint.
We should probably stop somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
how
maybe we
is
can
this
push through
area?
one, but not this first one.
Like, is it just open?
Actually, as you've traveled, getting towards the end of the day, it gets more open, actually. You find yourselves riding out of the Hillock Sea. And I called it Bay Glass, but I'm a liar. You find yourselves riding out of the Hillock Sea and into the Bloomgrove Flats, which is grassy plains.
Well, we're more noticeable, but so are they, right?
That's true. And we'll still be keeping watches. Cholula, are you able to do the alarm for the night? That would help.
Yeah.
I can do that. What the fuck's...
Oh.
And everything's fine. I got it. Yeah, I'll cast alarm in our general area. Boop,
Yeah,
boop, boop.
just a perimeter around your camp.
For anybody in or out that isn't one of us.
Absolutely.
In case you have to go poop.
And
I'll just do that into the guts.
I think for the first time since
I'm gonna poop in these guts because they're not gross enough. Alma sneaks into the bag and grabs them like, ooh,
Nobody will notice.
got the poop in these guts.
gross.
Never saw that coming, did you?
And I think for the first time since Chill Run, you find yourselves, just the three of you, camped out in the wilds. The OG crew -1. Who's taking first watch?
I'll do it.
I'll go last.
All right. A perception check from Cholula.
Perception.
We pulled a bit off the road and all that.
Yeah,
standard.
for sure.
Standard don't kill us procedure.
We've been through a lot of travel lately. So
Eventually we're just
kind
gonna
of streamline.
Eventually we're just gonna go perception checks. If we all roll them, wake up.
Thanks to my
We hope.
good at things thing, that's a dirty 20.
Nice.
Damn.
Your watch passes without incident. About 3 hours down. It's chill.
Tight. We get on.
I'll scurry onto the top of the cart so that I have prime vision.
Yeah, make a perception check.
17.
17. Your watch also passes without incident.
I'll go awaken Sylas.
Just a hint of the sun peeking over the horizon. Sylas, you awaken from your full rest and make a perception check.
30-20.
Dirty 20. Once again, not even a traveler passes.
I'm going to turn my back to the fire a bit and kind of face the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk? Or is this just kind of whenever you need me thing?
We can talk now.
I have so many questions I didn't think you were going to answer, honestly.
Well, I'm afraid I might not have all the answers that you're looking for. But maybe some.
Who are you?
It's funny. I don't quite know. It's one of the things that drew me to you in the first place. Before the incident with the hag, I should say. You were already lost then.
You're not one of hers, are you?
No. We've been together since before you even met.
What's your deal with Alma?
Something about her. It's off-putting to me. Her bright lights.
If it's just the light, I mean, I understand that, but...
Sometimes it hurts. She used to be so shrouded. But no longer.
So you're one of them.
What do you mean?
I'm sure you saw her friends back then.
Oh. No. It was nice having company, but I'm not like them.
Just, I think we're gonna be moving on in a bit. Don't wanna be talking to myself. Just let me know if you need anything from me. I can make it happen.
Right. You do the same. And to the best of my ability, I shall as well.
Can I call you anything?
What do you think?
That was just some cats fighting. Briefly. I'm sure.
Feral in this area.
One of them can't see.
It was the timing of that.
Sure, I'll think of something that won't be too embarrassing. Might keep it a secret from them for a bit longer if that's okay.
Understandable. If there's anything we've learned from traveling with this particular group, it's that sometimes it's better not to mention hearing voices.
As long as we know what they're up to.
Of course.
And then I'll watch the sunrise.
And as it does, your shadow elongates. Stays quiet. And the rest of you awaken, feeling rested.
I feel so
thank-
rested.
Thank God my spells.
Somebody roll a d20 for your next day of travels. You pack all your shit up and you leave.
Ready.
Wait, but I do it like this.
I mean, if you guys have anything, do please stop me.
No, I'm
We don't.
being facetious.
We eat breakfast.
I rolled a 6.
Nice.
Yeah, we probably
I will say, so
some kind of a breakfast.
let's have a brief conversation, player to player.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about the travel? Do you enjoy the way that we do it, or would you prefer if it were more streamlined?
I like it. I mean, personally, I'm not going to look around at the table, but I think I like that it's on a table, and I think, maybe in one session doing 3 tables might be a bit much, but I like the tables.
Okay.
It keeps it interesting, and I think the audience understands that it's a table, and that's how travel does.
Yeah, because we could also easily group, and I think what I want to do for the rest of this, so that the rest of the session isn't just like, and we travel and we travel and we travel.
Well,
I think I want to
expedience.
like group some days together,
Right.
Yeah.
and essentially we'll roll for encounters over a number of days.
Yeah, I think
so,
asking permission too, like if we do have something we wanted, they have rolling tables they're still trying to fill out.
of course.
So like,
So
be
Yeah.
something.
So basically the way that we'll do this is now that we've got 1 day of 5 down, we'll group the next 2 days of travel together in groups of 2, I should say. So this next D20 roll will be for the next 2 days, and then you guys will have 2 chances to do rolling tables.
Okay.
Cool.
So let's roll some dice.
Okay.
Okay, for this one, I'm gonna take Sylas up on the punching me in the abs.
Okay, do we already roll for the encounter?
Yeah.
No.
6? Wonderful. Roll a D6.
Oh, fuck. I like when you don't ask me to roll something else.
2.
2 Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
All right.
See 'em from like a mile away on these.
No, they come out of the ground.
As you're traveling in your first day, the green hills give way to flower-covered hills. Wow. You see various... Ignore that.
That was the dinosaur. Oh, did
That
you
was
know
the
we had-
T-Rex coming
did
up.
you know
out
we
of
had T-Rex's arms backwards?
What?
What?
Yeah.
They're
They're like
little
they're
wings.
gonna start like rewriting things. Yeah.
Yo.
According to
A couple
Wait.
of
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
What are they doing back there?
Being even funnier looking.
ostrich.
No, they really are not swimming, man.
Anyway, the green plains, I should say, give way to the slight hills that are just covered in various purple, gold, blue, and red and yellow flowers. Some are kind of star-shaped. Others are more rounded. Some have very large petals, and others are very small, almost like specks, even as you're passing over them. And it is just a beautiful, and the aroma is something else, as it's like walking through a garden in the wild. What are you guys working on?
Figured this would interest you, Cholula. Figured you'd be hopping off the cart and collecting a bunch of these.
I mean, I will in a minute.
Oh, right, you're working on something. I'll take the helm for a sec.
Well, can we actually stop here? I need you to punch me.
As hard as you can.
Like a bunch. I'm gonna flex. And if I don't barf,
Then,
then I'll be slightly
wins.
stronger.
I mean, I do like the initiative in training, but I'm going to be pulling these. I want you to know.
Please don't send me flying. That would be good.
No, that's on your footwork.
We're not working on that yet.
Okay.
All right, make a Constitution check. And Sylas, roll 2d4.
19.
19. Nice, that's a success.
Or, no, that might be a dirty 20. +4, it's a dirty 20.
Nice.
7.
7. You take 7 points of damage for this day, as your father punches you in the gut repeatedly and strengthens you for it. Very interesting family dynamic, this Bramble. bunch.
Can I just go ahead and healing hands myself?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
What does that look like as you grab your abs?
Yeah, as soon as we finish, I just go, ow. And my hands like glow kind of icy white and just like, ah.
Yeah, the bruising recedes.
Did you do it?
I got a 17.
Nice.
Hey.
So where's everybody at? Actually, I'll ask again at the end of this.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, you have a couple days.
Yeah. You guys sleep through the night. Nothing upsets you.
Good, good.
Your second day of travel. Or rather, third day, I should say. I should be marking these off. You come across a field of like overgrown in flowers, but you see these strange like structures beneath them. As you come across a field of rotting ballista, trebuchets, and other war machines. There are, as you continue to travel, a number of bones, and but the most numerous bodies are those of damaged warforged, made of similar brass-like armor and vine-like tendons to Captain Tordek. Just a wide field, maybe like 2 miles of just bodies and destruction.
The Warforged are
Oh, shit.
overgrown as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
Dang.
This was a while ago.
Do
This
any
been-
of them look like how Z, when we found him, had been just kind of like in sleep mode?
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
And if anybody's curious as to the timing, you can make either a survival or a nature check. Of like how old this battlefield is.
I'm actually.
Oh, there's people.
I'm gonna try and stay in this area, but I want to get 100 feet away from my covered in magical items friends over here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna activate the stone.
You do so, and it glows soft green.
Okay.
Do you have any magic items on you other than your staff? Okay.
No.
Cool.
That was a 7 medicine check, but I do also want to make a survival check for like how old this is.
Absolutely.
14 survival.
14,
16.
16. Working together, the two of you can kind of make out that based on the aging and erosion of the war machines and how kind of like firmly rooted some of the flowers are into them, this battlefield is at least 60 to 70 years old, putting it around the timeline of the failed Grimdalian invasion. You also notice an odd thing, which is that also, can I have Alma make a perception check? Or actually, no, this would be just a base intelligence check.
60 to 70 Grimdalian.
Right. Another weird thing that you notice is that a number of the Warforged have dwarven runes denoting number that are branded onto them, and usually on the chest and the like tricep area.
These seem to be in regiments. Are they in like fighting lines?
No, you don't see the same number twice.
As far as like their alignment on the battlefield.
No, they don't seem to be related in any way. You find like a 50 next to an 8, and yeah, they're just kind of like scattered around. It's very, very
There's no
strange.
major structures around?
No,
Ruins?
not that you can see. No,
But they would bring large weaponry out
That's a 3.
a 3, rad.
here. You know, like, there's nothing out here. Why would you have a trebuchet? Why would you have a ballista?
This is probably just where they decided they were going to fight. I mean, if you come out here and there's nothing, you can, have your battle and not mess with any civilians or cities or structures. If you're trying to take over, you don't want it to all be rubble.
All right, that explains the trebuchet, but ballista's a precision weapon. You're firing at a specific thing with those.
Are there like craters in the ground?
Make some investigation checks
I want to play.
or perception, your choice.
Sorry if this is taking too long.
That's a nat 20, baby!
Yo!
I see everything.
Save.
Yeah?
7.
Oh, I thought you said same.
No, sorry, I said 7.
11.
Cholula, you kind of crest over this like ridge, and looking down, you kind of like pause for a moment and realize that you're looking at what may have been a structure at some time. There are like 3 walls that still stand, or rather like 2 walls, like a corner and a bit of roof, and then just piles of stone rubble around it that's all, again, overgrown by these wildflowers. But there's also a section of land where the flowers do not grow, and it is like a maybe half-mile long scar on the landscape that just goes straight across. And you see a number of, with a natural 20, a number of these Warforged and even some just like regular humanoid bones scattered at the edges of it that are incomplete. Like some sort of blast of insane acid or heat of some kind just like jetted through the area and destroyed everything in its path, including whatever this structure was, and whoever was standing nearby.
Is it similar to like the vibes that we got in the Trollbane ruins? Trollsbane?
Very similar.
Okay. I'm gonna call them up to take a look. See.
Yeah, I'd say all of you, based off of your kind of like research into or questions about and knowledge of the Grimdalian invasion, at least as it pertains to Mistinor, this is definitely the work of a dragon of some kind.
That explains the ballista.
That would
Shit.
do it.
It's weird, like.
It's weird that they just kind of left all of this here.
Right, and seeing the battlefield as it was the day it stopped being a battle.
And there's no like markers or anything that's like the battle of blah blah blah. Here, look at it. Here it is.
This
But
is-
they just leave it here. And
This is marker enough. They didn't see these warforged.
So there's a definite like, oh whoa, that's like a dragon attack. What does it look like killed the Warforged?
Well, it looks like there was a number of humanoid soldiers.
Okay. I was like, they're not dragons.
Yeah, I would say it's easy enough to tell that, like, based off of the battlefield previously before coming to this spot, it looked like it was a battle between Warforged and humanoids fighting one another. And there were casualties on both sides. But then coming to this area, it seems like whenever this dragon tore through, it had no regard for either side. And it was just kind of blasting.
Blast.
Well, I was going to say it was getting a bit boring on the cart. But I don't know. It feels weird. I never saw Warforged as nothing.
we should mark this on the map.
Yeah.
Do you have that now? Who has it? Do you have the map?
I don't
I-
have the map.
I think you.
Do I have the map?
I think you have the map.
I don't hold
Okay,
maps.
I'm gonna mark that on the map.
Absolutely. Let me look
I
at
just
my
feel
map
like I remember you marking things a lot.
to give
No,
you a
it was-
reference.
Aurora.
I mean, since then.
So yeah, this is basically like kind of right at the base here of where the Hillslip ends outside of Darkpines.
Okay.
Kind of that last tree can denote this point. The furthest south tree on the left side.
Well, I don't know what to, like. I don't know. Feels weird. We can go back to the cart.
It is weird. Yeah, we should go.
You carry off your dead. You bury them properly, right? Guess nobody saw them that way.
That's a bummer. I mean, there's also pieces of people kind of everywhere. But
Oh, yeah. Kinda all sides. Hey, that sucks the whole way around.
mm-hmm.
Hopping back onto your cart and continuing along the way. You guys have another day of downtime. If there's anything you want to work on.
Yeah.
This makes me want to roll for stuff.
Like what?
I don't know.
You got some downtime.
I
Does
know.
it seem like everyone at the battlefield, like nobody survived except the dragon?
I mean, nobody that's still here survived.
Well, yeah.
That's for sure. But somebody probably walked away from this.
But haven't.
There's rarely a battle where there's no surviving member.
Yeah, but we haven't come across any other battlefield type places where, like, even in Mistinor, where the whole like sands were created over this thing. There weren't
Right. Yeah, so you guys don't actually
bodies.
know a lot about the history of the Grimdalian invasion as it pertains.
Okay.
No. As it pertains to Windfell. You know a lot about what happened in Mistinor.
Yeah.
You know that there was a battle between two great worms, and that Grimdal is kind of known for being like a homeland of dragons. Like a lot of dragons come from Grimdal, and many may still reside there. So when Grimdal tried to invade, they had all of these dragons that they had basically captured and tamed, if you can call it that.
Yeah.
And sent out to conquer these other places. Mistinor just happened to have a protector dragon that fought the Great Worm. But yeah, you don't know kind of what went down on Windfell. This is the first evidence that you've seen of it.
I guess whenever we make stops, I'll kind of extend my workouts to more. I don't know. I could flavor it per stop, but I would like to increase my dexterity.
Okay,
I'd like
for
to
sure.
like do a bit more like calisthenics and more like footwork.
Yeah.
More kind of like knife hand stuff if I'm sitting in the back. And
Yeah.
kind
Lots of
like,
plyometrics.
Yeah, lots of like quick movement things. You know, like drawing a line and then kind of like feet on either side, like down the line.
Absolutely. What is your dex sitting at currently?
It is at 17 big number.
17. Yeah, we're going to go similar to Alma. We'll start you a new tree, and this one is going to start with a DC 14. And these will just be straight dexterity checks.
I think this will do it. I think this makes sense for what we're doing. But I'm gonna like hook my knees over the top of the cart and just like hang upside down.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey,
Yeah, what's up? It's hard to talk like this.
yeah, fall if you're not feeling well.
Oh, she will. Don't roll a 1.
I got a 12 on my check.
You won't die. You'll just fall off the cart.
So I don't improve.
I just need to roll a 14.
Do it. Do it real quick. See?
No.
No.
13.
13.
Oh.
I don't do it. So I drop off the cart at some point.
Natural 18.
Ooh.
I'll say you don't like pass out or anything. You know enough to know your limits, and you call it for the day.
All of the blood is in my brain. Boom.
Natural 18.
Natural 18, nice. One
I
success.
just want to get all 20s, just 5 20s.
All right. Can I get a d20 roll for the next 2 days?
Oh, is it back around?
Mm-hmm.
2.
2. Roll a d4.
Damn it.
1.
God.
Nice.
That's definitely
He looks
a
really
dino.
happy. I think we made him really happy.
I like when I write encounters and get to use them. Yeah.
It's a pack of dinos, and we have
Remember
to,
those 6 shop names that we just strolled past in Darkpines? Let me have this.
It's a pack of dinos, and we have to rewrite their constitution or something.
All right. First day of travel.
They have wigs on.
There's a bit of rain on this day, which is kind of a bummer at first. But then looking out, you see different types of flowers that you hadn't even noticed before begin to bloom with these large, like collecting petals in these strange, like vase-like shapes to them, just kind of like bloom and open up and are collecting the water and drinking it in. And it's beautiful.
Cool.
And you guys have downtime.
Wait. I'm going to... what are you doing today? Throwing up into your own mouth and swallowing it?
If I thought I could make myself do that, it might be worth a shot.
I just want to know before I go for a run what you're going to do so I know how worried I need to be about you. Would you like for me to pick some flowers or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody ever picks flowers for Cholula.
Well, just keep an eye on her and make sure she doesn't pull her own eyes out or something.
Sure.
I'm gonna just like take a jog off and like every couple hundred paces I'm gonna like drop down and do like a full burpee.
Wait, before you go, can I borrow your umbrella?
What for?
I don't want to get wet.
Don't say certain words around it. Right to her.
I'll just hold that up and try and do the upside down thing again.
You mean hold it down?
Yeah.
No, I'm holding
Oh,
it
that's
over
weird.
me.
Yeah, go ahead and make another Constitution check. Cholula, you working with your leatherworking tools?
Drown in the rain like a turkey.
Yeah.
No!
Pooling in her nostrils.
Oh, what was that?
7.
7.
Wasn't there like a really cleverly written torture scene like that? Forgive me for the word. It was like a movie where like they're filling
You
up the
looked at
sink.
the skeletons.
Oh, that sounds awful.
He's like, the dude's hanging upside down. He's
Oh.
filling up a sink.
That does sound familiar.
What is that? It feels so fresh. Anyway, I'll Google it. All right.
I got a 19.
Nice.
Hey.
Success for Cholula. Another failure for Alma. It's really awkward trying to like hold the
I
umbrella.
keep
at the same
slipping
time.
because
Yeah.
it's damp. There's a cat hair touching my nose. Crazy.
Get it out.
It's like stuck to my nose ring or something. It keeps tickling me.
Natural 18.
Nice.
Let's go.
Where?
Wonderful. You stop and rest, make camp for the night. The rain lets up so that you can have a fire, thankfully, and cook some food and have a nice rest. Before setting off on your journey
Our journey.
for the final day of travel towards Hillslip.
Hillslip.
As you're traveling, you happen upon a crooked shack that there's light kind of gleaming out from the two front-facing windows. The first building that you've seen in your several days of travel. You don't see Hillslip like on the horizon or anything, but you figure you must be getting close. And as you're kind of like nearing, there would be like a little bit of a turnoff to this area. The front door opens, and stepping out is an old woman, human, with deep set wrinkles. She's wearing like a little bonnet on her head and not ratty, but very well worn kind of dress with a smock over it. She kind of hobbles out and holds a very like kind of like angled finger in the air, and she's just like, wait a second, wait, hello there, travelers.
Can we hear that?
Yeah, she's calling out.
Okay.
Is it still raining? Did you say it was clear?
No,
No, it's clear
up.
today.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, like, go back inside, you're gonna die.
Should we stop and see what she
Excuse
needs?
me.
We can
Oh
pretend.
God.
If it gets weird, we gotta go. Use the rings. All right, let's stop.
Okay.
I need a break from just the horizon and horse asses.
Thank you so kindly for pulling over. My name is Mothra Bulwell. I am seeking news of the outside. I'd be happy to repay you for any news on the food that you might have on you. I've got a couple of potions I've been cooking up, and I'm just roiling to know what's going on in the holds.
Well, I've got some mushrooms.
Oh, thank you.
Like
As far
eats
as
one right
news,
away, puts them in a pouch.
We're pretty new to this continent. We've been on another for a while, so I don't think we would do anything
Well-
in these holds.
In the Darkpines, they have brought in an architect of sorts to sort of make more cohesive sort of design between the elven and the human architecture.
Oh, that's
A
lovely.
woman had a baby in a bar.
Yes, we helped give
That
a
sounds
woman
trying.
Honestly, it's probably happening again somewhere.
Yes, but we did help her have birth.
She had it.
very
Children,
kind of
they
you.
have a high pontifex that is, something has happened with that, and things are very bad
Oh,
there.
is she not well?
Doesn't seem like
Yeah,
it.
probably not well.
She's sort of blue, right? I can't remember.
Oh, that's not good. That's never a good sign. You don't want to be blue.
Well, some people are blue.
But she's keeping hidden
I
about
guess
it, I
that's
guess. It seems like.
I've heard she was quite a fair maiden. But
Apparently she wasn't always blue. So
Yes,
See,
something's
yes, that
going
is
on.
troubling. When the change takes place, that's when you know something is wrong.
when you turn blue,
Yes.
oh well, I guess it's
I've
not
had a
untrue.
few cauldron blowbacks, turn me green for 3 days.
Don't mind me asking. Everybody's free to live their life as they see fit.
Of
Why do
course.
you live all the way out here?
Oh, people are stifling.
Okay. That's
yeah,
true.
No, yeah,
That's
I
true.
wholeheartedly agree.
Yes.
I was just telling them I wanted to live in a log cabin somewhere, and they're like, that sounds dumb and dangerous.
No one said it sounded dumb.
Oh, well,
I said it
wouldn't-
sounded dangerous.
I wouldn't say it's safe, but it's nice. Bandits roll through, and you've got to, throw a couple of vials at them and things. But
I'm sorry, what?
well, you've got to protect yourself.
Yes, but
Little old
you-
woman like me living out here and on the edge.
Is this a normal lady? Is it a?
Make an insight check.
What's up with this lady?
You do this how? You throw vials at them and they go away?
She said she had poop.
Yes, well, the vials explode, you see.
Oh, well.
That's
9.
9.
Who's that?
It's hard to read because like she's had this kind of like vacant smile the whole time you've been talking to her.
Do you happen to sell any of these exploding vials?
I'm actually out at the moment, but
Shit.
for your kindness in giving me the news of Chill Run and Darkpines, as well as these lovely, tasty mushrooms, I do have these 3 potions that I think you would do very well in your hands. Looks like you are on the road pretty frequently, armed to the teeth. If you find yourselves hurt, just take a sip, and it'll make you feel much better.
Well, thank you.
Of course. And thank you. Now, I've exhausted my social battery for probably the next 10 days, so off with you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I get that.
She turns and goes and like slams the door to the shack behind her, and you swear you see it get a little more crooked as she does.
Oh, that's why it's like that.
She should have.
Nice. Something.
For sure.
You can each add a potion of healing to your
Hell yeah.
Nice.
inventory. They're not all bad.
You know how in the game's like trying to
No,
get
I
you to
was trying
stock up before a big fight?
What was that? Yeah, there's that room. It's like, who puts this much gun and first aid next to one another? I guess there's
You
something
get
beyond.
30 gun.
Hillslip is aflame as you arrive.
Yeah. And there's a door. Kind of feel like I need to save in this room, huh? Okay. A jar with a ghost head that I got from the haunted place. What was
A jar with a ghost.
at the oddities place? I think I rolled a 44, and I don't know why I know that number.
Jar with a ghost head. I don't remember saying those words.
The goat's head.
Go.
Goat's head.
I write very
oh,
small.
it's a that was a canopic jar.
Canopic jar. Okay. Cool. Canopic.
Well, she could have
You want to
smelled
crack
that.
it open and see what kind of organs it's got in it. Maybe Alma can take a whiff.
Okay. That's right. It was a canopic.
An exciting proposition.
I'm going to add these things to my digital inventory so I don't have to go backwards to read, including giving myself Shadow Blade, right? Can I just give myself that spell? I don't know.
If you can
how.
add a spell,
Unfortunately, they don't let you like hack spells.
Right.
yeah,
I'll just write down the details somewhere.
for sure.
It's not a very long
Yeah, it's not
spell.
crazy. It's like a melee weapon attack that does 3d8 damage for you.
Is it
And it lasts
physical?
a minute. It's a bonus action to cast.
Yeah. It like doesn't physically harm people. It just
Right, psychic damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That is important to know, actually. It is psychic damage.
Yeah, it doesn't cut things. It cuts brains.
So
It cuts your feelings.
we continue. Oh, I've gathered like maybe 3 of each flower that I can for Cholula's collection of herbs and things. Unless it looks dangerous.
Make a survival check or a nature check, your choice.
Yeah. I'll do survival. It feels real. Right?
To pick flowers that won't kill us.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
No, I mean nature is the literal. Right? Yeah, nature. Survival's higher, but nature's more descriptive of what I'm doing.
This is why I left it up to choice, because like, man, who knows?
Yeah, I got a 4. Got a 4 on nature.
Yeah, Sylas hands you a lovely collection of herbs and flowers.
Oh. Okay. Can I check to see if it works?
Yeah, make a nature check.
Okay.
With advantage because you're a shift.
There's a bright red oozing mushroom, but it's probably fine.
That is going to be a 19.
19.
What?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
There's one particular herb that it's like a long frond that's mostly red, but it's kind of like almost golden at the tips. And you know from your days, way back, working for the Mundarovas, that this is a particularly potent herb that can be actually ground into sort of paste that you can then use to coat something like an arrowhead or a dagger, and it creates a very potent poison.
Ooh, Alma.
Where did you find these?
They were
This
kind
was.
of near a bunch of rocks.
Was there more?
Sure. I mean, I imagine.
You have to go back.
I was
and
on
check
a
it out.
jog. I mean, I don't. And
Can
I
you
was
take
looking.
me there?
If we turn around and go back before the old lady's place, yes.
Before the old lady's place?
Yeah, that was
When
like
I went on a jog. Sorry, I was just picking up things that weren't the same shapes as other things.
No. Don't apologize. I appreciate you bringing me these things. This one's just really cool. And if you see more on your jogs, grab as much as you can.
Okay.
But don't put it in your mouth, okay? Or any open wounds.
All right. Is there any other plants I should know about that I'm going to be touching?
Oh, there are a lot of plants.
all right. And you guys have
Well, in the world, there's a lot of plants.
yeah, no, I don't think I lost count. I think you guys have one more bit of downtime.
Nice.
Oh, yes, one more down.
If you want to work on anything else.
Yes, sorry. I
Yeah.
was doing this. It's for you.
Oh, nice. We're
Since
adults.
it seems to be giving me the most trouble,
Uh,
I'm going to continue to try.
hang upside down.
Edge of the cart
Okay.
Maybe
because
it's
I assume it will yield me the best results.
not. Maybe it's not
For sure.
what. Okay. Yay!
22.
22. Nice. That's a success.
13 sons of bitches. That's 13.
Natural 19.
Nice. All right. Catch me back up. How's everybody doing? We'll start with Sam. How many of you got left and what's your DC?
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 left. My DC is 19.
Nice.
So, which means
You've got a hefty plus to your constitution though, so that's not going to get like
yeah, so at the end I'll have to roll a 19
I have to roll a nat
to
20
hit it. Oh god.
to get my last one. I'm on 17 with 7 left.
I'm on DC 17 with 4 left. And,
Nice.
you know, I've been making improvements the last couple of checks, but I'm trying to make a harness, so right now I'm just, like, making the same belt over and over, essentially.
yeah.
Like-
Everybody in the party has a Cholula belt now. And they're decent. They're getting better actually.
Cool.
Maybe one for. No. My umbrella needs kind of a clasp if you want to make a small one.
Okay.
Just some thought.
Beep, beep.
And this time I was doing like. You do like the crossover push ups where you like walk and like continue to do push ups and going around like
that sounds
art.
awful.
It's a nightmare. I'm just trying to think of the worst workouts in the world from my younger days.
You found some of them.
The ones where you have to put your foot up behind you and squats. What are
Yeah,
those called?
Bulgarian?
Bulgarian?
Yeah.
Maybe? That sounds right.
Oh, I dislike those.
Excellent.
I
Well,
dislike them a lot.
continuing in your travels, you eventually can see not quite a skyline, but you start passing by these taller mounds of hills. And as you do, stop. No word can be ever used. Eventually they'll all be wrong. They'll all be dirty and bad.
Every word will just be like, so you guys.
That means vagina. You pass by these small hills and you begin to notice that they have doors and windows.
Oh.
And occasionally you'll see a halfling sitting out front smoking a pipe, and they'll give you kind of a not so much as a wave, but just a lifting of the pipe as you continue in. And eventually you start to see more structures. You start to see these lovely wooden framed plaster buildings that are so popular in Windfell. And but something interesting about them is that each one is almost entirely covered in flowers, and they don't seem to be like cracking or degrading because of this. It doesn't seem like the roots are doing any damage to the properties. You're not sure if that's some sort of enchantment or if it's just the certain types of flowers that grow in this area are just not destructive to what they're growing in. But the few buildings that don't have like entire walls covered in vines and flowers and things that are blooming do have like trimmed hedges and hanging baskets of flowers outside. And you just see and enter this beautiful and aromatic city that just smells of lavender and lilies and all types of flowers. And you've arrived in Hillslip.
Are the houses all very small?
Not all of them. There was kind of variation to the hill homes. Some of them were larger, some of them were smaller, but the majority of the buildings are like people-sized.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would retire here.
Would you?
Everything grows.
See like chimneys kind of poking out of some of these hills.
Yeah, some of them actually have smoke coming out of them.
I think some of them are big enough to fit me in there, and you grow all kinds of vegetables and shit.
And as you get
Fuck
further,
yeah.
as you get further,
Looking out at this beautiful horizon. Shit. Fuck. Just a second.
as you get deeper into the city itself, that kind of sweet scent of flowers mingles with the sense of like cooking meats and baked goods as you're going down certain
Hashish.
roads. Yeah, and just so much of that dank skunk smell.
Hey.
Oh,
Right? Yeah. Hey.
You've been practicing for this.
We have to say hi first. We can't just walk up to people breathing.
And
hello, I'm Mama.
and as you continue into the city, you see there's a little stand set up with a bit of a crowd gathered around. At first, it's kind of hard to tell. There's a mixture of children and halflings. You think maybe all children at first, but then you see some adult humanoids of other races standing by as well, and they appear to be watching a puppet show.
Aw, what is the subject of this puppet show?
Would you like to stop and take a look?
Let's watch.
As you pull your cart off to the side of the road, you see a depiction, 4 puppets. One that is larger than the other 4 and clad in armor made from some sort of thick paper that's been painted silver. You see smaller... We're trying to do a damn show here, Lolly.
Nightmare cat, man.
Good God. A smaller one that seems to be depicting a half-elf or an elfin figure that's just wearing light robes. Another in leathers, and another one that's in the biggest of the 4 that is depicting like a shirtless figure that's fully bald but has like these different drawings of like ink on the top of the head and kind of like the side of the chest and things. What's up?
Are there nips on the puppet?
No.
Good.
No puppet nips.
I needed to know that. Just like
Nipless.
the horse thing. Needed to know.
These 4 are depicted living happy lives in Hillslip. There are like lighting effects happening that you imagine are like dancing lights taking place and different cantrips being used to really play up the theatricalness of the show. But currently just kind of like setting a nice tone, and then a cardboard cutout of an invading army rushes out from the side, and there's a flash of sparks, a white draconic skull on a red flag, which you guys can make a history check if you would like.
Yeah.
With advantage, I'd say.
Very good. 17.
Okay, this dice hit this one, but this one was on a 1.
Oh.
And then the other one that I rolled is a nat 20, baby.
Nat 20, baby.
Yay! I got a 19.
17.
Nice. Yeah, all of you, because it's fresh on your minds, and you were just talking about it the other day, just came across a battlefield the other day. You know this to be a flag depicting the symbol of Old Grimdall.
So we all lean in to each other. Go, old
Old
Grimdall.
Grimdall.
Old Grimdall.
A halfling in a dragon costume breathes magical fire over the crowd and terrorizes the puppets. There's a massive battle, and eventually the puppets slay the dragon. And the narrator speaks. And healing the heroes, the celestial blasts, was Hillslip's very own Gwyn Stradovast. And there's a roar of cheers and applause, and as it kind of like dies down a bit, the storyteller goes on to describe that Gwyn was actually lost in the battle with the dragon, and her memory lives on through stories, songs, and her memorial in that place, the Shaded Grove Cemetery,
Kind of like,
towards the southern side of town.
with the mention of the cemetery, I'll kind of just like nudge Alma. Destroy a dragon, the hero of a town. Beacon. Cemetery. I'm not saying grave digging.
You can say that
Great.
quietly. You can say it quietly, but you can say
I'll say in the ring.
And as all the performers step out and take a bow, the crowd continues to clap and applaud, and eventually they begin tearing down their setup. And the halfling in the dragon costume stands up, who's also doing the narration, kind of stands up on the stage and calls out, "And we'll be doing an encore performance in another 2 hours, so if you find yourselves passing by or have a friend that you would like to hear the tale, please do. Tips are appreciated." He sets a little like hat upside down out as they're kind of gathering their things, and a few people throw some silver coins and
Yeah,
some
I'm
copper
gonna throw a
coins.
couple silver in there.
Nice. You do
Use
so.
that for ease.
And as you continue to ride your cart further into town, looking for, I assume, a place to stay or grab a drink and some food, that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session. And we'll pick up there next time in Hillslip. But before we go, we have a giveaway.
What's the giveaway, everyone?
What's the giveaway?
Well, the giveaway, I'll tell you. We're giving away a beautiful set of Fablefire dice. I made them myself. They're very blue.
With your
Hey,
hand.
these guys are blue.
It's the Eastern Sea dice.
Dice.
For those of you, I see we've got some first-time chatters. If you guys aren't aware of our giveaway, I'll give you some time to enter. If you are a follower of our channel, which it looks like you are, hey, shout out to the Long Shots D&D. Thanks for the follow. Also, thanks to Zamora70 for the follow and Dougster74 for the follow. Thank you guys. That's awesome.
guys.
That really helps us out.
We do 2 giveaways a week.
We
In case
do.
You just joined.
Yeah, 2 giveaways every week. We gave away this lovely box of pre-painted mystery miniatures earlier. Who won those again? Nita Yilva. Yeah, let us know if you're still around, Nita Yilva. If you want us to open those at the end of the stream, we will do so.
Yeah.
But if you want it to be a surprise, it can be a surprise. So yeah, for now, if you want to enter the giveaway, you just got to be a follower. You can't live in Quebec, unfortunately, because they have laws against giveaways. But you just need to type the word Fables in the chat, Fables, and that will enter you in a chance to win this beautiful set, Fablefire dice.
Dice.
Do we want to run over some things, some news?
Yeah, sure.
Some time to enter.
So on December 17th, we're going to be doing a special Christmas one-shot continuation of last year's Christmas one-shot that ended up not being just a one-shot. And we're returning to Westeros, which you can catch the VOD of that on YouTube. It's in our holiday one-shots playlist.
Give them a little tease.
So yeah, I don't have any copy written for this, but basically Westeros is a world that we invented. It's somewhere in the North Atlantic, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in the Arctic, there's a patch of garbage swirling and collecting the old toys from factories that have been cast off, and all sorts of trash have collected here in the Arctic. And the runoff from Santa's Magic Factory has brought them to life. And yeah, it's a good time. We've got. Do you guys want to talk about your characters a little bit?
We've got a band of misfit toys going on here.
We do.
I think we met in an apartment complex that was made out of an advent calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have like a support meeting? Were we like starting in some kind of an emotional support meeting?
You were going to meet your friend. Hang on, let me just pull this doc up.
Was it an intervention?
It felt like one, but I don't think it was.
I thought it was like a.
Oh, it was kind of
It
like
was like a warning. Oh,
No, it was like a like I'm dying. Go do this for me, please.
Yeah.
I forgot how dark it was.
It was very dark in the first couple of minutes.
I play a really creepy haunted doll named Maple.
Yeah.
I play one of those things you throw against the wall and it falls down it slowly. His name
It's
is
like sticky guys.
His name is Slap.
I play your smallest horse.
Forgot.
Who's a little Satan goat who
Krampus goat.
a Krampus goat who messed up their worship to Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there was a whole system in place. I'm going to have to go back and watch this to remember where you guys are at.
Same.
I
But-
remember.
I think we were like walking into the mists of Amazonia or something.
Amazonia.
It's like all the Amazon.
That's what it was. You were all going to meet your old friend Furbo, who had called you to his apartment in the Advent Apartments for a special meeting where he informed you that he had he was losing his child's magic.
All right.
Because, though you were brought to life by the runoff from Santa's factory, it is the love of a child that sustains you. And being forgotten toys from different eras washed up on this trash garbage island,
It's dwindling.
it's dwindling. And there are 6 stages
Yeah.
of it kind of like crumbling until you just become like a husk. And Furbo was on stage 5.
Happy
And
Christmas. Happy holidays.
And yeah, Furbo attacked after he gifted you some items and told you that if you could make it to Santa's factory and sneak into his sleigh, that you could find your way into a child's heart again and sustain your lives. So that's the goal, and we didn't quite get all the way there, so we're going to continue it this year.
We just got raided with 4 people from Featherfall TT. I assume tabletop.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Featherfall Tabletop. That's awesome.
Hi there, guys.
We're vamping because we're doing a giveaway. We do 2 giveaways every week. We gave away some pre-painted mystery miniatures earlier. I haven't been looking at the chat, so I didn't see if Nita Yilva answered if they want us to open them or not.
I did not see that come in. So I
But
believe
yeah,
you.
so every week we do some mystery minis, either Snowbound or Wild Beyond the Witchlight or what we have currently. And then we also do a handmade dice giveaway, which I make myself.
Yeah.
This
You don't
week.
have to pay nothing
Yeah, we pay
You
for
just have to
shipping.
be a follower.
except attention.
Yeah, you have to be a follower on Twitch, and you can't live in Quebec because they have laws against giveaways and things like that.
Yeah, check out our about section. We have sponsors. We have the Gilded Rogue is they do a bunch of like D&D type merch. There's a shirt that has a possum screaming on it and it says Wild Shape.
It's my favorite shirt.
Yeah, I eat so much junk food in that shirt. Our merch is also on the Gilded Rogue /collection /
Get out of here.
/ What are you doing?
Why are you getting rid of our little boy?
So that they can see our sweater.
Oh,
She's just like, suddenly I can't say it
outta here.
anymore.
Chat has spoken and they hate this little guy.
but our merch is there and it has all the spindle stuff on it. We also have like journals and things. Just check it out. Our about section has a bunch of cool stuff, and we have a website. Deal with it.
Or just check it out. Thank you so much again to Butterfly for throwing all of that in the chat.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna share the love tonight. We're gonna spread the love and we're gonna do a little raid when we finish up here
right.
too.
Oh yeah.
So everyone say hello.
Yeah, forgot Robbie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hello everybody, all that stuff.
Yeah. So say hello to wherever we send you. Give them a shout out. Let them know who sent you. They'll know.
Yeah, we'll be in there for a second. Like
Yeah.
we'll be in the chat and everything, just saying hi and supporting other D&D streams, like we do every time we do a giveaway. We're supporting people who play D&D because these are minis and that's dice. Who won the dice?
Let's find out.
Or do you want to buy some more time because I want to tell them about what Robbie's doing?
I mean, we should talk about. Okay, so another thing.
If you are from the raid, all you have to do is be a follower, and the word to enter the giveaway is Fables.
Yeah, type the word.
F-A-B-L-E-S.
Type the word Fables in the chat, Fables, and you will be entered for a chance to win these lovely Fable Fire dice. So yeah, Stream Director Robbie, which also tying back into our Christmas one shot on the 17th. I don't know if he's going to be joining us this time, but we kind of like have talked about like stream director Robbie face reveal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It actually happened.
Yeah.
A little less than a year ago. He was in the original Westeros Christmas one shot as Ambrose Nerfyolk, the barrel full of monkeys.
Yeah, and that is on our YouTube if you want to go see stream
There
director Robbie
is
play
so
with us.
much more to that character you guys don't understand.
Yeah.
He has to keep a fish alive or something.
Is Moobot picking up?
If they get a bunch at once, it just doesn't show up. But Cam can confirm if we're.
I mean,
getting
we're
some.
sitting at 16 currently.
More than normal. But yeah, just check out the About section. We spent a lot of time on our website. We spent a lot of time on a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Here, I'll do another.
This isn't exactly. What are we all so concerned about? I can't
Sorry,
look at my
I'll
We've
blow
got
the horn
people
again.
entering
Did I spell
or
Fables wrong?
trying to confirm that they entered, but it's showing that they're not in any active giveaways.
We have 16 entries out of however many people are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have 27, so.
Yeah, we do 2 giveaways a week. It's rad. And
Yeah, we've gone up to 17 now. So
And
Are you able to see who's in it?
no, not without drawing.
They're coming in, but the verification text doesn't roll in if multiple people send within like I think a minute.
Yeah,
The third
Yeah, it's
Moobot
also-
is our bot for giveaways is not like dedicated only to our server. It's
Yeah.
like it's spread across.
We're trying to
multiple-
fix that right now. Speaking of Stream
Yeah.
Director Robbie, who does a lot of our coding and things and our transitions.
Also,
So our Arcanarama bot is the one that is telling them that they're not entered.
and yeah, that might not be
okay.
correct because that's
Yeah.
not the giveaway guidance.
Yeah,
right?
Correct. It is. Yeah, it's Moobot. Arcanarama is not currently running the giveaway. It is.
Autonorama is shadowing Moobot right now. We're trying to get
It's
it
trying
to
to
learn
learn.
the code.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Stream
yeah.
Director Robbie has more brains than
Yeah.
probably all of us combined.
Speaking of, we have to get to it.
Oh,
He
yeah,
is-
yeah, yeah.
He is currently playing Skyrim VR, and he is monitoring the stream on a wrist. He has like a picture-in-picture. So while he's playing Skyrim, he's looking at our stream and changing.
and hearing our screen. And hearing our screen.
Yeah, he did tell us to shut up the last time we saw him.
Yeah, he's like, can you guys keep it down? It's hard to hear.
I was
in-game
telling him,
dialogue."
like, why are you having a better stream than we are?
Right?
It's a guy playing VR watching D&D, like, oh, that looks wild. And then he shoots an arrow at a dragon.
Yeah. Shoots an arrow and then he's like, oh, the DM's standing up. Change that shot. Wild stuff.
He plays the dice again.
All right, I think it's time
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us
sorry.
to draw
yeah.
a winner of the Fable Fire Dice giveaway is Rowstone! Rowstone! Congratulations, Rowstone. I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
I am sure that sucks. I hope to never find out, but that I hope that this makes you feel a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be sending him out early, the first week of December.
Yeah.
We'll be trying to do it then.
Yeah.
My birth
So
week.
again, we've got episode 49 next Saturday, followed by episode 50 on the 10th, and then we'll have our special Christmas one shot on the 17th of December, and then we're taking off the 24th and the 31st because that's Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, respectively, both on Saturdays. So we're gonna take ourselves a little vacation for the holidays and probably hang out together.
Yeah, but then we'll be
Without
back. We'll be
cameras.
back with a bang, okay? Because we're gonna have episode 51, and then we're gonna do a sexy monster stream.
Oh, actually, the
yeah.
Sexy Monster stream is happening earlier. That's
Yeah.
on December 11th,
The 11th.
a Sunday.
Oh, the 11th.
Yeah, in celebration of hitting 200 followers here on Twitch, which, just so you guys know, we're currently sitting at 242,
We promised them more at
which is
300.
crazy. Yeah, we're doing a
Well, if
special.
we hit 300 before that, it'll just be a super long stream, I guess.
Yeah, right. We're doing a special charity live stream. We're all artists. All the character art that you see on the show was done by Sam. Taylor did all of the design work that you're seeing, like this whole layout. I built the set, and I do art on YouTube, youtube.com/fablefire. I make dice and do like D&D Pokemon fusions. Kitty has a degree in fucking drawing and painting. And Miranda, who some of you probably have never met, is also an artist. She was with us for so much of this campaign.
44
but
episodes.
recently moved away and will be joining us in our upcoming podcast Frontier that Taylor is actually going to be DMing for, and we all get to play in. So Miranda is actually. Should it be? I guess I've already kind of alluded to it accidentally.
Yeah.
But surprise, surprise, Miranda's going to be in town.
Yeah!
So we're going to be able to do our art stream all together in real life in the same room, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Miranda.
Me too. I miss Miranda. Miranda, if you're in the chat, we miss you.
I don't think she is.
Probably.
No, probably not.
Maybe.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Every time. It's always fun.
And again, don't go away just yet. We're going to try to raid another.
Yeah, stick around.
Try to support another.
If you enjoy the stream that we rate, none of us know what it actually is going to be. But if you like what they're doing, then it would actually help them a lot if you click out of their stream and then like look them up on Twitch and go back to it to continue watching, because that adds to their numbers, and just being part of the raid does not technically.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to support the next stream that we send you over to, do that.
Yeah. Tell them we sent you though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also actually support them, because Twitch doesn't like raid numbers. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will catch all of you in the next episode next week, episode 49. So wild. But until then, stay safe out there, adventurers.
Oh!